All right, sorry about that, everyone. I updated my Zoom, and therefore OBS and Zoom do not play well together. So my bad. But we are here with another session of Roll for Damage, where a group of us geeky friends decided to get together and showcase our storytelling through Dungeons and Dragons for all of the interwebs. Not too many announcements tonight, but I did want to say that I am going to stream my playthrough of Resident Evil 3, which I have, starting tomorrow. I don't really have a specific schedule because my schedule's kind of shit. So I'll tweet it out, and we'll tweet it on the R4D Twitter when it happens. Definitely probably starting, well, okay, I don't want to say definitely probably because that doesn't make any sense, but definitely starting tomorrow afternoon. And I don't know how many hours I'll go for, but like as many as I can stand. And then I'll try to play some on Sunday too, if possible, and then maybe Tuesday, Thursday evening after work. I want to try and beat it before I start the new Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I am also going to stream. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in any of those playthroughs. Otherwise, I don't think we have anything else. So I think we might as well jump into tonight's session of Roll for Damage. We're back in. I'm just gonna get some, oh, wrong thing here. Get some music going. All right. So, last time, the party woke to an unfamiliar room and an unfamiliar place after having been through a difficult battle. A little on edge. They found themselves in the company of someone they had met in the Gilded Gear, who turned out to be actually the head of the Shattered Blades gang. Her name Lex. She explained that she had rescued the party and made sure that they were healed and taken care of after dealing with the abomination that had transformed out of Logan. A lot of questions were brought up where she explained that you were now marked by the god of eternal darkness, and this is unprecedented as he was defeated, or his avatar was defeated a couple of years ago. And it really seems strange that he'd be displaying his power in this way again. She asked you to go to Avonhurst Rise to meet with those who commune with the gods, as that is sort of one of their central places of worship, and speak with those more knowledgeable of the situation, and maybe you could figure out exactly what is going on. She also told Dobby that if he continued with the group and helped kind of figure out this mess, she would also look into more information on a man from his past named Butcher, and that the last she had heard was that he was somewhere in Seriton. You also headed out she gave you some money, saying that she couldn't give you the full amount as she had to do a lot of cleanup for the party, but she gave you a device with which to contact her on your journeys, and money with which to procure some transportation to get you down to Avonhurst from Dash through the Free Kingdoms. Baltaim had some business to finish off in the Caldera, with which he took Peregrine, Quinn, and Oriana, and met his contact, who explained to him where this group that he's looking for might be from, and where he might get more information, as they're a secretive organization. Quinn was also given some information as to the potential of who he's looking for might be. You all gathered together, some a little drunker than others, and made your way to the top of the canyon, procuring a few items, some necessary provisions for travel, and cart and horses to then take you outside and into the free, open wilds of the Free Kingdoms, where you spent the evening resting under the stars and taking respite in the clean air. And that is where we pick up. So, you all wake up and spend the first hour or so kind of getting yourselves ready, donning your armor for those of you who have heavier armor, and grabbing your weapons and your provisions, unraveling the tents and everything that you set up, and packing it back away into the cart. You're enjoying the temperate weather and the blue skies above you as the sun begins to shine, as it now starts to crest up higher over the horizon. So, what would you like to do? You're kind of ready, you've packed everything away.
Well, I suppose we should head off, right?
We may as well. Don't really want to be tooling about in the woods that much longer.
Well, I don't mind the woods so much.
No, but if we have a place to be, it's more like we may as well get a move on. Otherwise, this just becomes an elaborate camping trip. Not that that's a bad thing, but...
Nothing wrong camping.
So far, seems pretty fun.
Mr. Pons, are you, got your
Alive?
senses back?
What?
Oh, yeah, he's back. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is Dobby hungover?
No, because he slept in the cart and then
Okay.
slept a full night, and you didn't wake him for watch, so he got like a good
True.
probably like 12 or 14 hours of
Oh,
sleep.
yeah.
Okay.
Your head still hurt.
No, I'm good. Fresh.
Perfect. Well, let's get on our way then.
All right, so you guys get up and into the cart. Who's leading like the front? Who's taking charge of the horses?
I know how to drive. I'm good.
Okay, so Quinn up the front, and the rest of you sort of in the back, sitting down. and you begin making your way out back onto the road and out towards the first city that you now have a map for, noticing it is the village of Ivor. For whoever's going to be paying attention, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. So go ahead and make a perception.
Okay.
Perception. That's a 16.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Okay, so
Literally
you're-
half
you're-
yours.
You're busy paying attention to sort of the road and making sure that you're steering the horses correctly. Perry, you're looking out and around, and it just seems like really open plains here. Tall grass, few trees, but the weather is beautiful, and you don't really notice anything strange or out of place. It's just actually kind of freeing being out here and being sort of unhindered. As you continue for the first couple of hours, nothing sort of out of the way, but Oriana, you hear a beep, 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 beep coming from the device that you were given.
Yeah. I'll
Okay. Yeah, you pull it out, kind of like wondering what's going on, and you see like a few runes lighting up, and it's like beep 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 beep, and you like and you press the button, and you
Like
see.
somebody's grandma with an iPhone.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting considering like this is the person that Lex thought sort of understood the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But you've really never seen one of these, so it's kind of
Yeah.
weird. And like arcane is your understanding. This merger of arcane and technology is a bit weird and still a little foreign. So as you press the button, you watch as this visage of Lex in front of you pops up, sort of like holographed in this like blue sort of like arcane essence. And she says, "Morning, sunshine."
Guten Morgen.
And she kind of looks around. "How are you losers doing? Managed to make it out of the city, huh?
No, we haven't
Yes.
died yet.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So, I have a bit of a favor. Since you're heading in that direction, I would appreciate it if you could check up on something for me. It's nothing dangerous or anything like that, but a little while ago, one of our members kind of up and poofed, disappeared. I don't think anything bad happened to him. I'm not really sure, but they were a valuable information gatherer for us, and I trusted them. And I'm really not sure if maybe they defected and are hiding out because of it, or if there's some other reason. Maybe they got found out and have to be in hiding, or something else. I really don't know, but they're Elven in descent, I can tell you that. The name is Riza Gilad, but there's information that I have gathered from some other of my ilk that says that they might be using the name Vithar Saloon. I think they might be in Ivor. So if you can maybe just do a little information gathering of your own and find them, maybe get them to return, or potentially see what trouble they might have found themselves in, I'd appreciate it. Again, there's not really black suns too far out here. The Free Kingdoms themselves can be a little so you might want to be careful, but I don't know. I'd really appreciate it. That they were a good compatriot, and I don't want to, I just want to know what happened to them.
Absolutely.
Oh,
We can make sure to check in on the
We'll
way.
keep an eye out.
Yeah, we do
So-
owe you a favor.
Riza Glad, or
Riza Galad
Galad.
is their real name, but
Uh-huh.
Saloon.
but the Vithar Saloon is probably the alias they might be under, because given their sort of occupation, it's usually not the best to use your real name. And also, if they are actually in hiding, they probably don't want to be known to those people who might be looking for them.
Right.
People like me, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, if they
okay.
defected, they probably don't want me to know about them, but I'm a pretty good information gatherer myself, so I know that
We've
they're
seen your talents.
probably in either, but where they are and what they're doing and why they haven't checked in, that's still up in the air. And I don't have time to go look into it right now. I got other things to focus on, if you get my drift.
Very, very well, Miss Lex. We will do that for you.
We'll keep an eye out for you.
Definitely. We owe you so much.
Thanks. So yeah, try not to get yourselves into too much trouble. Free kingdoms are a bit of a strange place, but I'm sure you'll all be fine if you just don't act real weird. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you.
And then the visage backs into the device.
So, should we be mindful of maybe this guy turning into a darkness blob and screaming in our heads until we die again?
Does it even fucking matter at this point? We're doing more of a fucking dirty work for free.
Do I need to point out that if it wasn't for her, we'd all be dead? Including you fucking
Well, if it
shit.
wasn't for her, we wouldn't be in that fucking mess, or at least me and Cineric wouldn't be.
Yeah, and
Weren't you
exactly
looking for
why
some
were
information, though?
Yeah, exactly why was it that you were down there? Not the reason you said, but what was the actual reason?
Okay, I have my own fucking reasons.
Right, you're looking for this man. And this woman said that she could lead you, point you
She
in this
says
direction, right?
she can lead me to him. I don't fucking believe her, okay? You don't just find Butcher, okay? He
Well-
allows you to find him,
So do you believe you have a better chance of finding him yourself or her?
okay? I've been looking for the asshole for 50 years.
Right. So what you
50?
think?
50 years.
Yeah.
And you haven't found him yet?
No, okay? Can you stop with all the fucking questions here?
Wait, Dobbsworth, how old are you then? You don't look over 50.
It's Dobby, okay? Okay, Peregrine, okay? Peregrine.
Okay, now, yeah, I was gonna say. Now, I did not intentionally mispronounce your name to be rude. I just used your given name.
Don't use my given name, okay?
Well, don't fucking lie to us, Dobbsworth, and we won't.
Okay, look here, Ginger Prince. You get Dobbsworth coming out of your mouth again, I'm gonna cut your tongue.
Oriana takes out her little pocketbook and starts writing some things in it again.
Anyway, Mr. Pons, don't you believe that the head of whatever organization you all work, I don't care or want to know what savory or unsavory work y'all do, but you think she could find this butcher before you could?
Personally, maybe. But I've known a lot of assholes who said they found the guy and were just dangling it in front of me, so I do their fucking dirty work. Okay?
Well, if you
Not the
do
first.
this-
She's probably not gonna be the fucking last.
All right, be it so. But if she does, or she doesn't, what would it be cost to you besides maybe some gold in your pocket?
All my life. Technically my life, since I'm cursed by some demon god.
Then
Well, all the
Mr.
more reason to wrap that up so we can get back to what we're doing.
Yeah, you fishing and me trying not to die.
The more we do for this woman, the more I think her favor you will gain.
That
More,
may or may not
more
be a
digging our
good
graves.
thing.
No, it may not be good, but if there's problems down the road, you don't have to do anything. She seems like a reasonable woman enough.
You cross her. Then watch
No,
your
not
back.
cross, just saying you're done. If she doesn't have what you need from her, why would she even want to help you anymore?
We are being asked to find someone who is supposedly done.
Not necessarily. She said they might and they might not, or maybe they just got into trouble.
Maybe they just
Can't
got
just
tired
make
of her
assumptions.
bullshit, okay? And didn't want to have to deal with her and tried to run off, okay? And maybe he's a loose end or something, and she's trying to get us to kill that guy. Never thought about
If
that.
she wanted us to
Miss-
kill him, she would have fucking said so. Why
Kill him.
are you so damn paranoid all the time?
Okay,
And we turn
first
and
it
look around.
starts. First
Fucking
it starts
Dobbsworth.
finding a person. Okay, first it starts with finding a person. Next, it starts, depending on the answer, killing said person. Okay, I killed enough people to know where this leads to.
Mr. Dobbsworth,
Yeah.
if I may. It would seem that you owe a debt to this woman, whether you like it or not. Do you want that debt to be called upon now, while it is convenient, or later when inconvenient?
What type of question is that? Once you're
It is.
indebted to a person like this, so Lex, okay, you're indebted for life.
I don't think that's true.
Okay,
I
well,
don't buy it
let's
either.
let's ask this RZA how he got involved with her, okay, and see where he got tangled in her fucking web.
Okay, well, there are many people have choices, Mr. Pons.
Yeah.
You can choose to do what you want.
Yeah, you can choose to do what you want. In turn, might result in someone choosing to want to fucking kill you.
And that is their choice.
Exactly. Everyone's got a fucking choice.
Well, my older brother said if somebody is trying to kill you, you have every right to try to kill them right back. So it's fine.
Also, I don't plan on killing anybody that we're tracking down just because someone's trying to find them. I don't
Right.
actually plan on killing anyone if they don't absolutely fucking deserve it.
Oh, look at Mr. Ginger Prince here with morals.
I think
Yeah, fucking try them, you half sawed off fucking shite.
the potential
Also,
course
threaten
here
me again,
is
Dobbsworth, and I'm going to fucking flatten you.
You wanna go, big man? Let's fucking go. I'm ready to
Oh.
dance right here and now.
I will
Everyone
pull
calm
this fucking
down.
cart over.
Oh, you're pulling the cart over?
No, I'm saying I'm threatening, like, you know, the dad
Oh,
threat.
okay.
Like, I will fucking pull
I will pull this card over.
Pull this card
Yeah.
over.
gonna reach back and smack him.
Hey, let's all just ease off.
10 and 2 on the reins.
There's just such a thing as honor, Dobbsworth, and some of us have it.
So, with a city such as this, and organizations such as these, while we may not be the executioner of this person, it may very well be our information is
It
what
ends
is
up with
the
this guy
execution.
dying.
And that's, frankly, none of our concern. If that's what she asks us to do, we owe her a debt, regardless.
I'm gonna point to Quinn and, well, where's your morals now if your information results in someone being dead?
Yeah, I don't like any of this either. And if we do find this person, I'll ask her point fucking blank, is she going to kill him with whatever information we provide? And if that's the case, then she can fuck right off.
Fair enough.
I'm not getting anyone killed just because I said, oh, look, they're right over there.
So far-
We'll come to that, but that's when it happens.
So far, all we've been asked is
The
to
fine.
find this person. Who may be in trouble, she says. So if we're worried about the morality of killing someone or damning them, either way, we need to understand the situation.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of assumptions being made that are not necessarily accurate because we do not have that kind of information.
I will also point out Lex never gave a he or a she.
She. Yeah.
Sure.
No.
We're just elven.
They.
She said they.
We're just elven.
Assumptions or not, we best be on our way.
All right.
I
so
mean,
you
my
guys,
papa always said that if you make an assumption, you're making an ass out of you and me. So,
I've heard that one before.
Okay, you guys continue heading on your way. It's a relatively quiet day as the sun begins to sink over the sky, and based on what you've sort of charted out, Oriana, and looking at the map and just studying it, it's going to take you about 2.5-3 days to get there. and so this is your first day. So as the sun sort of starts to begin to dip in the sky and dusk begins to come over the land, you have the opportunity to find sort of a place to rest for the evening. Go ahead, and whoever's sort of looking out for a good place to pull off the road, make a survival.
I can do it.
Sure.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's an 8.
You you
I
notice
should have
that
helped.
you notice that in this area, it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty wide open. There's a few trees that line the side of the road, but there's no real dense sort of heavy forest anywhere in this area. But you do find sort of this road is well traveled. As you've actually like been traveling, you have seen a few sort of people walking by. You have seen a few people out in the fields. You're not sure if like hunters or just general travelers or whatnot. No one that's like caught your eye as someone you would need to pay attention to, but you do have noticed that there have been people traveling along this way. So you do manage to find sort of an area that looks like it's a little bit more worn, a campsite that you could potentially sort of settle down for the evening. That seems safe enough.
Okay.
So you head off to that side of the road and sort of park the cart and horses, and again sort of unhitch them and like tighten them down to a post just so that they don't run off in the night or whatever. Give them some water and some of their feed and settle them. And you guys, I guess, begin setting up your tents and your campsite for the evening. You continue to set up, and I guess you have firewood, so you grab your firewood and set it up in sort of the center area. Use one of your tinder boxes or whatnot to light the kindling and get a fire going. And yeah, you have the evening to yourselves.
Cool.
Or you said we're in kind of like I assume like a prairie area.
Yeah, it's basically like grassland, but like tall grassland. You have noticed like herd animals like off in the distance grazing during your travel and stuff like that. You think you might have seen sort of like a shepherd herding some sheep at one point when you passed by. There might have been like farmland off in one direction, but yeah, it's not like heavily obscured or anything like that. There are tall grasses which you think just like out of travel and having traveled to and from your village and Dash before, there like could be like snakes, little like rodent type creatures. Sometimes there could be like larger like cats or canine-esque beasts, but you don't feel like you're in that area right now. But you like as you scope the campsite and look around, you don't notice sort of any tracks or anything like that, at least in this area. You think probably because it's relatively close to the road and where people are, it's generally not a place where
Less
these
traveled,
these wild animals are going to like hunt or anything like that.
Okay.
Cool.
So I guess I'll start working on setting up one of the tents and.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You know, it takes you like a few minutes, maybe like 20 minutes or so to like get everything, hammered down and set up and getting like the ropes tied and everything like that, and putting up like the posts and everything. But you managed to get the tents up with the help of like a couple of the other guys in the group.
Yeah, I would have helped with that.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, which rope is stronger, the hemp rope or the silk rope?
Probably hemp.
Okay.
I mean, they're both about the same.
Okay. Because I just kind of want to take the stronger one and tie it to my grappling hook, just so it's ready to go. That way, if I ever need it, it's already tied and ready to go.
Okay, I'll say like just with you like taking the time to like and it not hindered by anything, you managed to tie a good sort of like sailor's knot around the hook so that you feel confident that should you throw it out and like try to pull it back or it get attached to something, it'll hold.
Once everything's all set up, I would go off to the side a little bit and grab the book I've been carrying around out of my pouch and just start writing some stuff down.
Okay.
Just try and be as like unobtrusive as possible while doing it.
Okay, so you find like your own sort of space in the campsite, like off away from the others, and just like sit down and start and open your book, using a bit of the firelight to give you enough visibility. Though you have dark vision, it's just a little bit easier to write with a little bit of dim light, and you begin your writing. Is anyone else doing anything, or are you just going to bed?
Yeah, I'm chilling. Well, Cinder, what are you doing?
I'm just prepping like my grappling hook and stuff like that, making sure things are ready to go.
Got you. I'm just sitting by Cineric, polishing the ladies.
Okay.
I'll look over. It's a rhetorical question here, but
Oh yeah.
some hospitality might not be in the worst interest if we're stuck together.
You mean with the ginger?
With everyone here.
Hey, I'm good with Paul. Okay. You see, he marginally understands. Okay, the sense of coin, getting the job done. Killing people maybe, getting shit done. Okay. The rest of them know are kind of weird. Horn girl, she's whatever. Can't really. I don't know if she knows how to play that instrument or not.
No, she's bad. We'll agree on that one.
Yeah, no, yeah. She seems more book smart than street smart. Peregrine, she's on that hippy dippy shit. So I cannot. I'm not on that same wavelength as her. Okay, and I don't like that guy Q. Okay.
She might have some natural stuff that'll help calm you down a little. I mean, might be worth talking to.
Oh, you mean some of that recreational shit? Yeah.
We are out in the wilds,
Mm.
and alcohol is limited. I might not be sharing.
You gonna do that to me?
We're gonna be stuck with each other for a while. Gonna have to cope somehow.
Oh shit, man. Should have bought more booze. Swear to God, if that tall, red-headed son of a bitch says my name again.
Like I said, might some extra hospitality be in order. We're only gonna be stuck with each other temporarily.
Well, I hope that temporarily ends soon. Because I cannot handle this shit. We need to get back to business. Okay? That means making that fucking coin. It's all doing shit for free shit. This ain't working for me. I don't do pro bono work.
Well, right now it's not pro bono. It's we do work or we die. It's all
True.
too familiar situation. We might as well make the best out of our
It's even fucking worse, okay? Working for my life. I did enough of that shit when I was 12.
well, at least we're not in the city. Fresh air, ability to hunt, act on our own means.
So
Could
clear out
always be
here.
worse.
So clear out here. Where's the fucking fog? See the stars.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, this is gross. Where's the coffin? Where's the people trying to kill you? I'm on edge.
I'm gonna look down at Dobby and you did threaten to go after someone. People tried to kill us are still here.
True. I like that. Reminds me of home.
Just maybe tone it down a little. It might go a little farther.
Okay. Well, I promise to tone it down, okay? If you promise to not go with plans, man. Okay?
I'll get there eventually.
Right?
It's a work in progress.
You gotta stop being so nice to people and shit.
Well, I mean, you always catch more flies with honey.
Don't say that again. I hate flies. That's a terrible analogy. Should be bees.
Taken a long time to get where I'm at, and It's not a bad place.
Yeah, I heard what you did for me. I appreciate it, big man.
Don't worry, you'll get there soon. This will probably just, speed up the process.
Yeah. We gotta hurry up and get to Ivor. I gotta make sure I get fucked up again. It's the only way I'm not gonna cut that guy's balls off.
And look at it this way, the sooner we get done with this project, the sooner you get coin and your information. I mean, she's bound to have at least some information, if not a contact.
True.
So,
And if not, we can always sell the information that we know about her. You know what I mean?
I'm not getting involved in that one.
Okay, well, more payday for me. Okay, I tell you, she's gonna screw us, and if she does, fuck it.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys? What are the rest of you doing? Are you just heading to sleep?
I'm probably doing just like some light, like just some like sword practicing.
Okay.
Just a distance, not like too far away, but just like away from people, so I'm not like swinging a sword around people while they're trying to calm down and rest.
Okay.
I'll be just playing some tunes on the violin.
Okay. Baltaim, as you swing your sword a few times, I concentrate on it. You know, just out of the corner of your eye, a couple of times you notice, and when you turn to look, it's gone, but you could swear you see black feathers fly off the blade as you swing, but when you turn to look, they're not there. Oriana, you're just, tinkering with your violin, playing a light tune. It's nice. It's calming. Kind of
But
getting
is it
inspired by the... Sure,
Probably-
make a performance check.
This is probably the shanty she's been working on.
Please, D&D gods,
See
please,
it. Come on.
All right,
please.
Alright.
Where's the one? Where's the one?
Keep tradition.
performance check. Here
Is
we
it gonna
go.
be shit?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent. You can tell that there are like a couple of like missteps, but it's not because of bad playing. It's because she's trying to figure out the song that she wants to write for this. And then as she kind of like makes a mistake and she's like, nope, that's not right. And then she continues to the next part and she kind of is like writing a little bit down on a piece of paper to kind of keep it in mind for the next time that she plays the full piece. Anything else?
Harry's just literally laying in the grass, listening to the sounds of nature
Okay.
and breathing.
Yeah, you hear just like various sort of crickets and cicadas and things like that in the grasses. You hear, just as you kind of like calm yourself and sort of allow everything to wash away, you hear the breeze blowing through, the gentle light breeze blowing through the tall grass, and as they sway, and you hear a little rustling here or there of what you think to be small little animals, perhaps burrowing in the dirt. But it's calming and it's nice. Much better than the last few days in the big city. And are you just all heading to sleep?
Should we set up watches?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take first watch with you then, I guess.
Okay. So
I'll
as the
take the second watch.
Okay.
I'll join her.
Okay. So
Guess
as
I'll
you
go with third.
as you but as the rest of you bed down, Baltaim and Dobby, you begin to sort of take stock of the camp and kind of make a perimeter to keep an eye out. Go ahead and make a perception check or one with advantage.
I'll help Dobby.
Okay.
Boom.
Natural
That's
20.
20.
Excellent. Yeah, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. You know, you're a little on edge because you're used to loud noises and the sound of like the grinding of metal, the sound of sort of the steam rising through the city, and it's kind of strange to be in nature in sort of the peaceful calm of the outdoors. But the extra sort of energy keeping you on edge allows you to just keep a better eye out for anything that might be trying to encroach upon your camp, which you don't notice. You'll occasionally see like a little rabbit dart through the brush of the grass, or a little like marmot or rodent kind of like run as you guys are like kind of like walking your perimeter, but nothing that puts you on edge to think that someone might be coming to like attack you or harm you.
Achoo.
Quiet, isn't it?
What?
Said it's quiet, isn't it?
Oh yeah, too quiet.
Not a lot of
I
sound.
can hear owls and rodents and shit. It's fucking weird.
I assume this man, this butcher, harmed you some way.
Okay. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, boy. Okay, butcher. That's a personal matter. Okay, I like you and I respect you, so I won't chew you out on it. Okay, just as I don't, I'm not going into detail about who you're looking for. Okay, let's just keep that a professional type thing. But yeah, he took something from me.
That's fair.
Okay.
I don't wish to pry if you do not wish to indulge me into that. I just only mention it because I thought about taking. There was 2 bounties I took, and I happened to be on this one instead of the other one, which was the butcher.
So what? You're just a regular old bounty hunter by trade, or why you do other shit?
No, I was in need of money, and thought it was probably the fastest way to get some.
Got you. Okay.
But the butcher seems to have has a high bounty on his head. 10,000 gold, it looked like.
Yeah. And well, that's what happens when you are literally the best killer out there. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you cross paths with him, I guess not too good. You live to tell the story.
Yeah, no. If I ever see that bastard's face again, one of us are not leaving that interaction alive.
Understandable.
It's been long, man. I'm getting tired. No.
Well, half a century will do that.
Yeah, man. I just turned 70 this fucking year. Yeah. I wake up in the morning and my bones and body's just aching like crazy. And I gotta piss every fucking second, They don't tell you this shit. Your body just goes to shit. Nah.
I guess I look forward to that.
Yeah. Well, if we last long,
That's true. Paths might shorten quite soon.
True.
But I hope your path stays winding.
Yeah, it's always about a path. Some people call it destiny. I say fuck that shit.
Well, everyone has a destiny.
Everyone has a choice. They say it's destiny, and they say it's the will of the gods because they don't like those choices.
I agree. I think you can have both, though. You have your choice to do what you want. I pull out my sword and show it to him.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the sword is a very good analogy for this. And I showed him the curves on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's path can be altered in some way. You can have ups, you can have downs. But ultimately, your destiny, I point to the tip of it that's straight.
Mm-hmm.
So destiny is always determined for you. Your life will end. Everyone's will. Just how you get to that end is a journey in itself.
Well, I plan to die rich in between the legs of very beautiful women. That's how Dobby Pond's gonna go fucking out.
I wish you good luck with that.
I do too.
All right, your watch comes to a quiet end, and you wake up Peregrine and Quinn before heading off to your own tents and bedrolls to take your own rest. And Quinn and Perry, you wake and begin making your perimeter check of the camp. Go ahead and make a perception check, or one with advantage.
I'll help you so you can take it.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay. You take stock of everything, and you just being used to nature, though not so much grassland, more forest, but just nature in general. You just have a sense in general that this is just a calm and peaceful night. There's noise out there, but nothing that's imminently harmful, and you just feel at peace under the stars, under the moon.
It's nice to be able to breathe again.
I do not know how and why anyone lives in that fucking city. Honestly. Can't even breathe just by walking about.
I mean, honestly, I felt like my skin was covered in grime all day.
Yeah, it's the smell as well. I mean, I'm glad it got off me in the sewers, but it lingers though, like right up the nose.
I mean, I guess people who are used to it don't smell it. I mean, if you live near the compost pile, you smell the compost pile every day, you start to forget what it smells like.
I suppose I never did live near a compost pile myself, but I mean, I did basically live in a blacksmith, and you do forget what burning things smell like sometimes until it's, something important. I must say, I do like at least being away from all that.
It's absolutely nothing like home. And I think it made me miss home more than anything in the whole wide world.
Where'd you come from then?
The Forest of Whispers.
Okay, I have no frame of reference for that. I don't get out much. I'll say that plain.
Fun fact, neither do any of my people. I mean, I couldn't point to us on a map if it weren't written down. Literally no one leaves. And hardly anybody ever visits.
But you left.
I did. I had to. Because no one else was going to.
Right, you did say something about that. No one else was willing to try to just look around for the rest of your people or try and find help.
Well, I don't so much think that it was about being willing, although most people aren't willing to leave the village or look for the other tribes. It was more a matter of belief. The elders don't believe that the answers are outside of the village or outside of the forest. They're convinced that either the answers are somewhere within, or there are no answers because this is some sort of punishment.
Do you think it's punishment for what exactly?
The irony is they think that it's punishment for isolating themselves.
Right. Well, I
We-
don't mean to cast aspersions on the people or say anything out of turn, but I think that's possibly one of the biggest bits of shite I've ever heard.
I agree, and that's part of why I left. I mean, I highly doubt that it's some sort of punishment. But I also think there has to be an answer outside the village because it's been going on for years and years, and it's gotten worse and worse. And no magic, no medicine works.
Right. So, well, if there's no answer in the village, then, well, you'd have to be able to leave to find it. I mean, you can't expect people to just literally sit around and wait to die. That's not exactly sensical.
No, it's not. I mean, okay, so leaving isn't forbidden, it's just frowned upon quite a bit.
Right.
And people who leave aren't exactly the most welcome when they come back.
Any reason as to why? Is it just they don't like that you've been outside and seen things, or it doesn't?
I don't really understand. I mean, there's sort of this sense of the outside world is tainted.
Right.
And we hid because the world was kind of going to hell. Everything in the natural world was getting all messed up, and my people decided that the wars and the fighting and the destruction were not their concern and not their fault, and that there was nothing they could do to fix it, and so they began to hide.
Right.
And it just spiraled out of control, I guess. So here I am.
Indeed, here you are.
And I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's a familiar feeling. Well, to be plain, I have no idea what I'm doing out here either. This is as far from home as I've ever been myself, and I'm only out here because I'm trying to find something.
What? What are you looking for?
My sister.
Oh,
She left. I wasn't there whenever she did. And now I'm just trying to see where she's gone and why. And that's probably it. Just real quiet for a minute.
yeah. Does he seem real suspicious?
No. I'll say, make an insight.
Oh, that's a 7.
He just seems kind of lost, really.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to. I mean, it's hard to tell because he's kind of been the same way since you like met him, kind of like not really knowing what's going on, and kind of out of his depth. But yeah, you can't really tell. It doesn't seem like he's lying.
Okay. Well, I hope you find her, and if I can help,
Well, I appreciate
then
that.
I'll try to help.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I mean, I've got what we found out back in town. That is literally all the information I've got. So I seem to always be just 7 steps behind her. Damn right.
Well, I think you're gonna catch her.
I hope so. I just need to know, if she's all right. And what exactly is even going on?
It seems we're all looking for somebody or something. Except for Cindric, and I don't know what his deal is.
I don't know, but I must say, I don't know how he puts up with that little bastard as much as he does.
Speaking of Dobby, it might help if you were a little less antagonistic.
I'm antagonistic. Have you fucking met him?
Well, I mean, I'm not sitting in watch with him. I tell him the same thing. It doesn't do us any good for you two to bicker at each other.
Well,
He's never gonna stop, and you never gonna stop, and I'm just gonna be real honest. I come from a big family, and if I had to listen to my brothers argue as much as y'all are arguing, I'd want to bash their heads together to make them be quiet.
hopefully it doesn't come to that. I've seen you turn into things that could actually bash our heads together. Or at least try to. I imagine you could.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to be best friends.
Well, that's good.
I'm just saying, maybe don't try to push all of his buttons.
Can I just pick 1 or 2?
Maybe not. He seems to get real mad.
I like the name button. I like pushing that one because it's just so fun to watch that sawed-off little shit just get so upset about people calling him his own name.
Names are important, and sometimes the name you're born with isn't always the name you go by. My name was not always Peregrine. I had to earn that name. And I wouldn't want people to call me by my child name.
That's interesting. I've not heard of something like that. I was born with this name. I've earned a few others, but nothing that pleasant.
In my village, there's the name your parents give you, and there's the name you earned. And the only time my mama ever uses the name she gave me is if I am in real trouble.
I'm familiar with that concept. My full name never really came out of my mom's mouth unless it was because she was just incredibly angry. So it happened quite a lot.
Me too.
All right. You guys continue your conversation, get to know one another a little bit better as your watch completes, and you go to wake the last two before you take your evening of rest, the last rest you'll have, as the two of you wake up from your full rest and are taking the last watch before the sun begins to rise. You wake up and head around the camp doing your perimeter. Go ahead and make a perception check or one with advantage.
I'll go ahead and help Oriana because, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
I think she needs help being perceptive.
Needs help with a lot of things.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, it's relatively quiet. It's peaceful. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, and your watch goes by relatively unhindered. And it gets easier to see sort of like the land around the campsite as the sun like slowly begins to rise at the later part of your watch. But you are relatively free to continue a perimeter and kind of settle after you've sort of done your walkabout.
Hey, would you care for a morning drink?
No, thank you.
Suit
I'll just
yourself.
kind of play some soft melodies on my violin.
Okay.
Just tuning it, making sure it's good to go for the day, since we're gonna be heading out.
Right.
And I'll just look over at him. So, you two are certainly an old couple.
Well, we have a fair bit of history.
That's fair.
Sometimes you do things for people you don't necessarily tolerate, but when you live in an area like that, you don't always get to pick and choose the people that are there, around you and for you.
That's fair. That's fair. So, did you grow up in the city or a recent move?
It's been relatively recent since my journeys bring me in and out of this particular city.
I see.
I've been pretty well traveled at this point.
Ah, fellow traveler.
Sort of.
Anywhere fun? Anywhere you want to go back, or
Mostly oceans. Places I don't intend to go back unless have to. The past. It should stay there. I'll take another drink to moving forward. A calmer
Oh.
future.
I'll take my water skin and just kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, just life forward is always a good thing, in my experience.
Well, it certainly doesn't help to pay to go back.
Yes, that is, traveling backwards, not always the best thing to do. Quite
So-
often, the wrong thing.
I do have to ask, that instrument, you are well practiced, or were you just, nerds the last couple of times?
I am very well practiced on the violin. The main problem being that I'm not accustomed to working in a sewer.
Yeah, stuff like that kind of grows on you after a while. I mean, not my funnest adventure, but probably not the worst.
To be honest, I'm more of a concert player. I'm not very well experienced with the whole playing while your life is in danger. As far as the incident, when I tried to trade my services, that was more of a I don't really have an answer for that. Sometimes you just as they say, fuck up.
I'll kind of hold the canteen up. Sometimes some liquid courage goes a long way at just numbing the nerves in situations like that. certainly helps make me the happier person I am today.
Yes, about that actually. I noticed you're generally a very genial person, very light-hearted and upbeat, as it were. But when Dobsworth was attacked down there in the sewers, you seem different.
Well, let's just say sometimes you get blinded by anger, and I try not to be that person anymore.
I can respect that.
Sometimes when you are angry, you lose sight of things and end up doing more damage than you do good.
Emotions can complicate things sometimes, but for the most part, I do enjoy them.
Well, happiness is one I prefer to enjoy. Generally brought about by a good brawl and a nice stiff drink. I just wish that other one would turn into a bear, and that would be fun.
I'm not so sure that would go as well as you think. You're certainly a bear of a man, but she's a bear of a bear. Well, one likes that, I would think.
Sometimes it's not necessarily about who wins or loses, but the fight you put up.
Again, a very respectable outlook on life. I admire that. You're a very easygoing person.
It's taken a long time to get that way.
Meanwhile, my life has mostly been like kind of ding, my little violin string, high strung, as it were.
I can imagine what that's like.
It is why I decided to travel.
Fishing
Find that
helps.
sort of find that sort of carefree lifestyle.
But I will say, I mean, the fishing is kind of dry, so no fish doesn't pay bills. So at least this way, maybe I'll have enough coin to have a roof over my head. Maybe by time we get back, I won't have a roof. We'll find out when we get there.
To finding the roof over our heads that we want, and I'll raise my water skin.
I'll clink them with the canteen.
Okay. You guys have your moments together and realize that it's about time to wake the rest of the group and begin tearing down the camp as the sun is beginning to, the dawn is beginning to lighten and the morning is here.
So I want to be kind of a dick here, and I want to get some of the cooking utensils and just start banging pans together to wake everyone up.
You certainly do that.
Oh.
So you guys just hear the bang, 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 bang.
Please stop. Please.
It's time to get up. Time to go.
All right. You could have just aroused us. You know that, right?
I did. In a very convincing manner.
We'll work on that melody.
That was
It's
highly
percussion.
unnecessary.
Well, it was effective.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just
Alright.
sit up like nothing happened. Like, oh, morning already then.
Y'all.
So,
So I guess I'll I'm gonna dig into some rations because I didn't eat last night, so I'm probably kind of hungry.
Well, I would assume that you guys did during when you created the
Yeah.
fire and stuff like that, unless you specifically, as your character, wouldn't. I'm just not going to go.
No, I just didn't specify it.
No, you would have. I mean, I'm assuming that you guys, like, same with the morning previous, you guys would have
She
eaten
won't
your
make us
breakfast.
Yeah.
Role play
had your-
eating
yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
We're not gonna keep past the eggs.
I
So you
have
guys-
eggs and bacon, and yeah.
You guys
It
like
could be
begin to-
invisible food like the Lost Boys.
Yeah, you guys begin to dig into your rations and start tearing down the camp. Again, those of you who wear armor, donning the armor to get ready for the day, and pack it all away in your cart again. And you have the day before you to continue. I assume you all get up onto the cart. And Quinn, are you driving again?
May as well.
Okay. You start to set out, and after beginning on the road again, it's another beautiful sunny day. The skies are blue, and the breeze flows across the hilly plain comfortably, giving you a full view of the scenery around you. After a couple of hours... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there room on the front of the cart? Because I'll sit up there with
Yeah,
him
you
and
can.
just
Yeah,
kind of
just beside him.
help be on the lookout for things.
Okay.
Tired of
Um,
being cramped up in the back.
Okay, yeah, no problem. After a couple of hours on the road, it's been a relatively quiet journey. But go ahead and make a perception check for those of you up at the front of the cart.
Okay. Ooh, that's
Um,
a 6.
Hang on, where is it? Okay. Oh, I got a 9, so not much
Okay.
better.
Oh god.
So you continue for a bit, and at about maybe like 100 feet out from you, you notice something up ahead, something off to the side of the road. And you kind of slow a little, but you move a bit closer. And as you get closer, you start to see it take shape, and you can make out a small caravan. You see a few people are huddled around one of the various wagons of this caravan as you begin to encroach upon their space.
Okay. How are they responding to a wagon coming up on them? Are they like?
They're kind of, you see actually a few of them like kind of look over and are kind of like looking at you, like just questioningly, but a lot of them are kind of, you see them huddled around like one side of this one wagon, kind of, it looks like they're in debate over something. You can see a few of them like crouch down and kind of like going back and forth pointing at something.
Okay. I would just, slow down and run away. So, what time of day is it by now?
At this point, it's getting closer to noon.
Okay. So
Not
just,
quite noon.
Morning.
Oh, morning.
You need any help with anything? You look to be in the middle of something.
And he kind of like looks over at the people beside him who are like kind of like in a heated debate. He's like, yeah, we're in a bit of trouble. We must have hit something on the way to the city, and it dinged one of our wheels, kind of broke. We're trying to figure out a way to fix it, but we just don't have the right stuff to deal with the problem. You don't happen to have any kind of mending tools for carts or anything, or wagons? I don't know.
Would blacksmithing tools fit this?
It might, yeah.
Actually, I might. And
We have some like extra wood that we sell and some spare metal and a couple of tools, but we just don't have everything we need, and it'd be really great if we could get some help. Of course, we don't want to take too much out of your day, but we'd compensate you.
that's not a problem. I'll see what I can do, and I'm gonna just get out of the cart and then.
Okay, so you pull off. You pull kind of like off behind them to the side of the road, and you hop out of the.
See, as he's getting out of the cart, can I like? I don't have a way to word it. Can I insight check them?
Insight check, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I like? Are they full of shit or something? Like something
If the accusatory
feels
is points.
weird. 12, not
Yeah.
13, 12.
So you take a look at them. They are dressed like merchants. They honestly seem like they're a bit flustered, and you can see in the back of like as Quinn said, I've kind of turns around and like pulls up behind them. You can see in a couple of the other wagons, there are a couple of other people, a couple of females who are kind of like inside where these wagons usually open up into sort of carts that would be like open for business on the street. And you see, and then you also see a couple of children as well. It just seems like based on your perspective and the little bit that you have heard, they're just honest merchants, trading caravan that got some shit luck on the road.
Do I see any symbols of Avandra on any of the like people or carts? Or
Make a perception check.
Okay. 8.
It's hard to see really much of anything, like based on like the people that are just standing around. You don't see them wearing any like holy symbols or anything like that. And none of the carts are like open with like wares of what they might sell. And like you've seen a little bit of movement as you've like pulled up, but it's hard to like they're not exactly open and like showing everything that's inside of them. So
I'll hop on the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably help as well.
Yeah, I'll help you out, give you a hand if I could.
Okay.
I need to stretch my legs out anyway.
I'll offer to play some music for like the kids and to entertain them.
Okay. They say, oh, we'd be most appreciative of that, and he just yells out, Lana, get the kids. We got a traveling songstress here. She's gonna.
Fuck.
Yep.
You did this to yourself.
Keep you all entertained while these friendly travelers help us out with our wheel problem here. And she goes, oh, that's lovely. I'll get them to come out right away. Perhaps just off to the side over here so that we're not in the way of those who are fixing our problem. And she like comes out like around the side. And settles the children around like sort of the back end of the caravan. And you see
Mr. Dobby,
there are about maybe four. There are about three wagons here, and there are about 4 children that come out and three women.
And I'll ask Dobby like while they're all getting set up. Mr. Dobby, would you assist me in this performance by acting out what plays on the music?
Wait, what?
It will be quite simple, I assure you. Just listen to the story and sort of act out what is going on. It will be very entertaining for the children.
No. And he walks away.
He walks away.
Well, if that doesn't work, Mr. Pons, I have you can do some magic tricks, and I pull out playing cards. Perhaps I feel like you're dexterous enough to.
Do I look like a jester? Don't even answer
No,
that
but
question.
they're children. They.
I don't give a fuck about these kids. Not my kids.
It's fine. Miss Peregrine, if would you be so kind as to help me out with this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop down off the cart. Sure. What are we doing?
Oh, just follow the story I tell while I play the music.
Okay.
Don't play
Okay.
Peter.
It's
the Wolf.
It will be fine, I promise. Nothing's embarrassing. It's all just to entertain the kids.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys head over and begin to start up your performance. You give Perry like a little rundown of the kind of story that you're planning to tell, so that she kind of has a heads up of the cues that are going to be coming along, and go ahead and make a performance with advantage since Perry's helping you.
Oh boy.
That's what I was hoping for.
Hoping, is that the right word?
Okay.
Ooh.
16!
All right.
It's a good thing you had advantage.
Yeah.
That is a natural one.
So close. So
It
close.
almost continued the
So
trend.
close.
So yeah, with a 16, you begin starting up the story, and the first little bits, as Perry is kind of trying to figure out like how she's supposed to enact some of these scenes, is a little rocky. But after a little bit, she gets into the groove, and you both begin telling the story, and with the music and your oration of the tale, you see the kids are enamored, and they're wow. And you see the who you assume are their mothers, kind of in the background, sort of clapping along to the music and also entertained. While the rest of you, or whoever, is headed over to the various men who are around this wheel, kind of like trying to figure out, and you hear, well, some of the wood's busted here. I think we have the right pieces, but I'm not sure how we attach them.
I'll just come by. Might I have a look? I'm fair handed a few things.
Sure. Go ahead if you got any ideas. And so you sort of bend down and you see sort of one of the spokes on the wheel has kind of like cracked and broken. And one of the sort of attachments for the wheel has also kind of like bent, so it's kind of like on this like weird axis that won't, like, have you ever, you know when you're in a supermarket and your cart gets like the wheel stuck and it kind of like it drags the rest of that's what's kind of happening. Like the wheel is not turning properly anymore. It's kind of like bent into a place where the cart will go, but this will just like drag behind, and eventually it'll probably break and bust the entire wheel off.
Yeah, I'll put it. Yes, I see the problem is here. You try moving this thing more than this little stretch of road, and it's going to come right off.
Yeah, we noticed. We noticed that, and we got out right away, and we started taking a look. Honestly, we've been here for a couple hours now, trying to figure out really what we're gonna do. If you could lend us any aid, we'd be most appreciative.
Well, I can see what I can do to try and fix this, and
so I'll say this is going to be a skill challenge to see if you can successfully help mend this wheel with this group of people. So whoever wants to help, go ahead and bring forward your ideas, and we'll see what we have to roll in order to...
I can try to lift that side of the cart so the wheel is not like pushed against the ground, to give them some flexibility to actually repair things.
Jack.
Okay, I'll say you can make a athletics to lift the cart and see how long you can hold it, so that they can really get a better look at the wheel to start really diagnosing the problem and trying to fix it.
So that's a 25.
All right, yeah. So Cynric, as his large 7-foot self, comes behind the wagon, and a couple of the other guys like see you about to do this, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna give you some help. So you just begin lifting it, and it is quite heavy because this is a full wagon, and there's like there's stuff inside of it. Like this is for trading and for merchantry. But the other two of them come behind and help you, and with all three of you kind of putting your weight under it, you manage to lift it up, and you have a full view of this wheel and sort of where it's broken and the sort of connection point that's bent.
Okay. Well, with Cynric inventing the jack.
Cynric is the jack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna call it the Cynric from now on.
Oh, it's not like the axis is not broken, but it's like bent.
It's like bent. Yeah, it's not. It's not broken.
Is it made of metal or wood?
That portion is made of metal.
Yeah.
The wheel itself is wood.
Wood, yeah. Okay.
So you kind of come now that you have like a much better view, you can see that the wheel kind of like tilts a little bit, but then it kind of like grinds because it's like twisted and bent. It kind of grinds against the top portion of because it's not going into the wheel well portion properly. So it's kind of grinding on the bottom of the of the wagon itself, and so you like try to turn it, but it's kind of like, and then you notice like if you push it any further, you will snap the metal portion like that connects it. So if you push it the wrong way, you will snap it. And you also notice that the like reinforcement of the spoke is damaged as well. So it looks like maybe you might have to replace that portion of the wheel as well.
Okay. And what do they have as far as replacement parts?
They come and they bring out some spare wood that looks like it might be able to be shimmed for that broken part. You kind of have to figure out how to get it in place in a proper way, and like how to do that in a way that would support at least their travel back to the city. And because at this point you're kind of in between both Ivor and Dash, so it really doesn't matter like whether they go one way or the other. It's the same amount of distance,
Sure.
and they're heading towards Dash. And so yeah, you'd have to figure out how to put that in, and then they also have some spare metal that maybe you could shape into something if you need to replace that metal piece. And then they have like a couple of tools, like a couple of like what would be almost like screwdrivers or wrenches, those kinds of things.
Okay. Because my main concern is trying to see what can be done about getting that unbent and straightened out. And I'm wondering if I can get in there and just try and use the smithing tools just to see if I can... I was trying to think what's even in the smithing tools, honestly. I don't know what they would...
There's hammers and stuff like that. You can try to like hammer
pry
out the or a
like,
pry bar or
yeah,
whatever.
that.
Okay.
It's the axle that's kind of bent, right?
Yeah, it's the axle. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
I'm going to try and like get in under there with the smithing tools and see if I can like just pound it back into place, or maybe just literally bend it or whatever I can do to straighten that out. Because
All right.
if that can be fixed, then the
All right. Well,
load
with
bearing
them
is
lifting the vehicle, you're more than able to sort of get onto the other side where it's bent sort of inwards toward the wagon, and you can start taking the hammer to hammer it out. And go ahead and make a smithing tools check using your. For this, I'll say strength.
Okay.
You may want to put a board on that side so you don't bend it the other way.
I'll figure now. I'll put my sword on the other side,
Okay.
so it's like a brace or something.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It's not going to give you advantage, but it'll
Yeah.
make sure that if you shit the
I
bed
don't
too
break it,
bad,
yeah.
Yeah, won't just be done.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see how
So
this
yeah,
goes.
so you get proficiency.
7.
So you go to slam the tools. Is that?
No,
That's
it's
not. It's
not
a
a
2,
one.
right?
Yeah, it's a 2.
Yeah. Just still pretty bad. But you go to slam the hammer on the on this metal piece, and you attempt to hit it, and you slam it hard, and you feel the metal sort of give a little, and it feels like if you hit it again the way that you just hit it, you might snap it completely.
Right.
You are with that kind of sort of force, you were unable to really bend it back into position.
I have a question, I guess, or inquiry. Does anyone have any dealings with magic fire or something? Perhaps we could make this more pliable and bend it that way.
The guys around you, the merchants, are like,
Well, I was basically
no, I
talking
know,
to
but
Glenn.
they're there because they're trying. They're like, we're not magic users ourselves.
Glenn, I've seen you do some amazing things. I'm not quite sure of the single wheelhouse still.
I don't really have anything to let me set anything on fire, because honestly, if I'm going to try and get that metal hot enough that, I mean, the temperature I need to actually bend and forge something proper, I can't generate that. Back home, I got a whole shop I could use for this, but...
I mean, we could set a fire and have like a campfire, but I don't
That
know
would
if
do it,
that's
yeah.
gonna. Well, it would, but it would take a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Well, it heated up a bit, but that'd be the day.
I think so. or at least quite a few hours.
Ori, Peregrine,
Yes.
how do you deal with fire magics?
I mean, I have a couple of things, but they're not exactly small. I don't think producing a great big, ball of fire is going to solve your problem.
Very well.
Are you talking about produce flames?
No.
No, because I think she has flame sphere.
I have flame sphere.
Oh,
Oh,
flame
Lord.
sphere. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I don't have the produce flames
Okay.
cantrip.
Okay.
That might light the cart on fire.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
the only
I was gonna say produce flames you could probably control, because that's a cantrip and small,
Yeah.
or like even a create bonfire. You might be able to control how much you create. But yeah, the flaming sphere is like a massive damage.
Yeah.
the only fire I can produce is not easily controlled.
Right. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Burning hands
Oh yeah, yours is
From-
also not.
from Mephistopheles.
Yeah, I don't think that.
If it,
Yeah, I don't think a level 2 fire
No,
spell's gonna
no.
do what we
No.
want.
No.
Here, let me fix this cart. Just burn it to the ground.
Yeah,
There. Now start over from nothing.
yeah, it's not gonna.
Hmm.
All right.
Are you just walking away at this point, Dobby? Or do you not give a shit, or like you doing your own thing, you pissing off on the side of the road, like? What are you
Yeah, I am currently, because all the merchants are over there, right?
Well, there's the women, and there's like a few of the men, like around this cart. But yeah, they're kind of focused on this wheel. Yeah.
Got you. I'm just, doing a perimeter type thing. Like Dobby doesn't trust people and shit.
Okay. All right. So you're just
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
Keeping an
I
eye.
roll another perception, or do I need to?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception.
All right, cool. That is a 5.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Is that? Oh no, yeah, that's a 5.
It is a 5. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You're taking a walk around, and yeah, you don't spot anything out of the ordinary. It just seems like this merchant caravan, and you see the children and the women. None of them seem like heavily armed or anything like that.
Got you. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I mean, the
Anyone
only thing
have ideas? This cart's getting kind of heavy.
the only thing I can do is maybe make someone stronger or smarter.
That might not be a bad idea. If we
But
could-
that's only going to help if you've got an idea of what to do.
I think at this point,
the-
if I try and
the-
hit it, it's going to.
The other like men are like, well, if it's not gonna work to bang it out, maybe we can pull the wheel off and see if we can pull that piece off and maybe use some of this metal here. I don't know. Now that we have the car up and we have the manpower to do it, we can probably pull this off and see if we can fix it while it's off the cart.
That might be a good idea, because if this thing gets hit again, it's going to break, and I don't want that to happen to you. So we can see if we can just replace it entirely.
All right, so they help for you guys, and that you guys get it off, and you're able to sort of pull off this bent sort of piece as well. And so now you have like the extra wood, the extra sort of metal, the broken wheel, and the kind of misshaped axle.
You reckon you could fashion something, Quinn?
I think I can at least get them something that will get them limp through back to town, and let them get a proper repair done when they've got someone better equipped. But let's see, based on what's under there and the parts I've got, I should be able to, like, from what you were saying, get something up under there that would allow it to work at least for the short term.
You could try to do something with the metal, the other scrap metal that's there, to maybe shape it in some way into a proper piece that could fit in that and clip into that portion.
Okay. I mean, that's all I can think to do is I can just give that a shot.
Okay.
And-
I am going to say for this one, you can make an intelligence check to try and use your smithing tools to fashion another sort of axle in the right way using the bent one on the side. I'll say because you have it right beside you, you can make it with advantage because you're trying to base the build of this other piece of metal on what you're seeing beside it, and you have like a base of comparison.
Okay. And before I do that, I am also going to reach up and grab the necklace, and I hope this works. And I'm going to cast Bless on myself, and
So bless is just letting you know this because you know as a person who knows your own spells, it gives you attacks and saving throws. It
Oh,
does
that's
not
right,
give you
never
ability
mind.
checks. You want guidance.
Yeah.
that's right. Never mind. I don't.
I'll
Forget that.
I'll during a break in the
Well,
story.
you're still playing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
concert's still
All right.
going, man. You
All
can't disappoint the kids. You agreed to have a concert for children.
I'll say right now for this one, you're still playing with the kids. I'll say after this, if there's nothing else that they can do, you come over.
Okay. All right. So intelligence check with advantage.
Well, I was just gonna inspire him.
Yeah. Here we go.
Smithing tools? Or
10.
Okay. I'll say you like. This wasn't it's not like a super intricate piece, and you're just trying to shim something together that you think will get them to where they need to go. You think that you've done a fairly decent job, and as you place it sort of back into the part where the bent one was, you kind of move it around, and it seems like it will hold. And you kind of like use a couple of your smithing pieces from your toolkit to kind of like bang it on to make sure that it sticks on and kind of clips in. So you've got the sort of working axle at this point.
Okay.
So now there's just the wheel, which has the broken piece in it.
Right. And as far as getting that sucker back on. And there's some wood that we might be able to shape properly to get in there to shore it up a little bit. So, all right.
So is anyone else doing anything? At this point, Oriana, you find a break in your performance and are kind of like coming over to see what, and so do you, Perry. You kind of come over, and the kids kind of are following after you. Like after you did this like cool performance for them, they just kind of want to see what you're gonna do. So they're kind of like watching you guys. And they're like, oh, are they gonna do something special?
You're trying to come up with something to do to entertain the kids.
So yeah, Oriana, you see the wheel sort of on the ground. You see just as Quinn's finishing putting this new axle piece into sort of the wagon base where the wheel is.
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do other than inspire somebody to do something.
So we need to like actually like kind of shave down some of this wood to like make it like a piece to fit in.
Yeah, you might have to do a little bit of woodworking to make something that you can actually connect back in and give the support.
I have a knife. I can try to
I was gonna say, I have
shave
a
like a
knife.
piece of something down, and maybe if they have like some scraps of metal and using like an extra hammer, just kind of hammer it in place and nail it in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who's gonna switch places with Cynric?
Well, I have a knife, so I can do that part.
Okay, so you're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say you're trying to shape the wood. Make a general dexterity check.
Check. Okay.
Wait. There will come an angel who likes to share his curse. He will slay you with his blast. Allay, allure.
Okay, you have a feel inspired.
I feel like there should be a question mark.
Yeah,
You
that
feel
is.
inspired?
You feel
inspired.
inspired?
Fine.
But yeah.
That's a D6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dexterity.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
roll
I'm
your-
gonna roll a d6.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
That's
good.
not bad.
Both.
Well,
So yeah, again, not super difficult. You manage to shave sort of the wood into the shape that it needs to be, and you are ready to like sort of place it in. And so you actually pull out the old piece, and you manage to push this sort of into place, but you have to just find a way to like fasten it into where it needs to go.
anyone have any nails or something?
I mean, if they got scrap metal, I figure.
Yeah, I mean you
Something to be bent
like
around.
yeah, there's like screws and nails and stuff like that around.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Maybe Cynric probably could hammer this in, or maybe you have a hammer, Quinn. Do you want to try to?
Well,
Try.
Quinn's already done 2 checks,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
so
I mean, I'd be happy to, but we
So
either
who's
have
gonna
to find
switch- who's
something
gonna
to
switch
wedge
out with-
underneath,
who's
or
gonna switch out with Cynric?
um,
I'm
I'll ask
over
one
here.
of the-
Try, but
I'll ask one of the merchants. Do you have maybe a barrel or something we could put underneath
Well,
here for the meantime?
wait a minute. I can make someone strong enough to hold that.
I can try. I'm not as gifted as you, but I'm not terribly weak.
Because I will cast whoever's going to. Balti, are you gonna hold it?
Yeah, I can try to hold it for him.
I mean, I figure
Okay.
the two of us could swap out for one Cynric.
Okay, yeah. So the 2 of you
Heck
can
yeah.
go.
Okay. I'm gonna cast enhance ability on Baltaim and
Okay.
give him full strength. That gives him
Okay.
advantage on strength checks
Okay.
and doubles his carrying capacity.
All right. So you feel this
It should help.
energy like flow into you, and Perry, as you cast this, make a perception check.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Watch, these people are like anti-magic.
That's 20. Dirty
As
20.
you sort of touch Baltaim, you're used to seeing sort of like the greenish nature-based aura of
Mhm.
magic, but for a second you see a flare of blue as your spell takes, and Baltaim, you feel the strength imbued in your body.
Does-
And you see the kids going, magic, magic!
Does the blue have seem to be emanating from like my hand where I
Yes.
grabbed his arm?
It's from you, like out of
Oh.
your fingertips.
Oh.
And after a moment of seeing that, it's gone, and it's almost strange. The rest of you don't really notice anything because you don't know our magic all that well. So yeah, Baltaim and Quinn, you go over to switch places, so they kind of come on either side of you, Cynric, and put their arms underneath, and go ahead and make a strength check with or athletics, whatever's better, with advantage.
Same for me, so I'll just.
Alright.
Oof.
Okay.
Alright.
So you manage with Quinn manage to hold it, but it's pretty heavy, and you guys are like,
Yeah.
you better get this done quickly.
I
And the
don't
other
know what
guys that
y'all
are-
complaining.
The other guys that are like beside you are also starting to get tired as they were holding it with Cynric as well. All right,
Alright.
so Cynric, you come over. And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hammer in the nails to reinforce that. That's what I thought we were doing.
Okay. So you grab one of the hammers as a tool, and go ahead and just make a general sort of strength check to make sure that you hammer these in correctly and actually.
So it's a 12.
Okay. So yeah, you bang in the nails. You're trying to be cautious of where you're sort of anchoring the wood to it, and you're trying to make sure that you don't splinter it as you're hammering in the metal. You do see a couple of nicks in places where like there are a couple of sort of weak spots where it cracks a little, but you feel like it's a pretty decent job, and hopefully this isn't a forever fix. This is kind of a for now. And you grab the wheel and kind of place it on, and then grab sort of the top piece that kind of screws in to hold the wheel onto the axle. And you feel like you test it for a second, you shake it, and it feels pretty solid, and you kind of give it a flick, and the wheel spins fine.
Before then, I'll look to one of the merchants and just kind of ask if they have like a bit of rope or anything on them.
Sure, we can get you some rope.
Okay, and the last thing I want to do is just kind of wrap that spoke that I nailed and just kind of tie it off so it's a little bit extra, kind of holding it all together.
I'll say, yeah, no problem. You do that. You cut a couple of pieces of rope and manage to tie it onto the wheel in a way that it won't obstruct how the wheel actually functions.
Yeah, that way it's, like I said, because some of the splitting, it'll just kind of hold everything,
Okay, yeah, you do that, and then you place the wheel on, and when they see the wheel on and you flick it, they realize, okay, everything's good, so they you guys all slowly, gently let it down. And you feel accomplished, and they turn to you and they go, wow, thank you so much. How can we repay you?
I mean, you can repay us by taking it as easy as possible to get back to where
well,
you're going. Cause,
we will. We still got about a day and a half.
Try to work.
But is there something, you all look like travelers. Can we, I mean, we're merchants. Is there anything specific you need? I mean, you did us a great service. Maybe do you need any kind of armor? Or, I mean, you seem well decked out, but the rest of you, shield, a specific weapon.
What do you got?
Well, we got some leather. We got some studded leather. We got your basic, buckler type shield. Got a short sword, long sword, a couple of daggers.
I wouldn't mind some of that studded leather if you're okay with parting with it.
Is that a fair trade for the work you did for us?
Oh, more than a fair trade. I would think that we owe you more, honestly.
No, this is gonna get us to where we need to go and not out in the wilds for a night to whatever else is out here. It's pretty safe on these roads, but it can be a problem sometimes with some of the beasties that sometimes come out of the grasslands. Yeah, let me go get it for you. And he rushes into one of the other wagons and sort of a few minutes later comes out with a set of studded leather and hands it over. And he says, well, thank you so much. Thanks for entertaining the kids too. Really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
They loved it. And you see them, they're like, oh, it was so cool.
Yes, I'm quite surprised. Usually she's not that good.
I give him a dirty look.
Where we're standing, are there any like wildflowers and stuff that haven't bloomed yet?
Well, there's grass and probably seeds around. I mean,
I'm gonna kind of focus a little bit and try to make any of the flowers that are around us bloom.
With Druidcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. You make a couple of flowers bloom.
Okay. The energy when I use my magic, is it green or blue?
It's normal. It's your normal sort of like nature-based.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, we thank you for your gift,
and when the kids see you do that, they go over and they're like, oh, can we have them?
Yes.
Thank you. Magic flowers. And they pick them and like put them in their hair. And start like running around and they're like, well, I hope you guys have safe travels. We'll just be packing up and heading out. We want to get as much of the daylight as possible. But thank you again. And if you ever come back by the city, you can look us up and we'll give you some deals on any of the merchandise we're selling.
So, real quickly before you head back, is it just weapons and armor you're carrying, or do you have general provisions we could potentially buy?
He'd like to know if you have
drink.
some alcohol.
Well, okay, he's correct.
It's based off the very
Alcohol's
lead.
more tavern favor. We're more, we have rations and general camping goods, sewing kit if you need that.
I'm pretty good on camping supplies.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, we don't have any booze. Get to
Can't
the
hurt
city.
to ask.
Or if you get to Ivor, I'm sure you can go in the tavern. There'll be plenty there.
I will be sure to stock up there. Hopefully the Imperial will get you where you need to go and won't run into any more trouble. And I do thank you for the gift. We didn't stop to get anything out of it. It's just, if my ma found out that I'd passed by people in need and hadn't done anything, that woman would have beat me up and down this entire road.
Well, thanks, and I'm sorry. We're looking for help. And we never really introduced ourselves. I'm Cord. This is Finn. It's pleasure to meet you. Who might I be speaking with?
I'll reach out and take a Quinn.
Quinn. Pleasure to meet you. And the rest of you.
Put up my hand. Falter.
He shakes it.
I'm Peregrine.
Lovely to meet you, Miss Perry.
Oriana.
Oriana. What's the shady one who's just been walking around and around our camp?
Dobsworth.
All right. And you, good sir, who helped us lift the cart.
Oh, Sin, you said your name's Cord, right?
Cord, yeah.
Strong name, I like it.
Thank you. My mama named me after the god of strength. I try.
And storms as well.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you. I'm sure you have your own journeys to make, and we got to be back on the road. So, best of luck. And again, if you come back the other way, look us up. Hopefully, we can help you out.
Love
Well,
Trace.
Safe travels.
Same to
Best of
you.
luck to
Be
you. Try,
safe.
try and take it easy on that wheel. Maybe keep some of the weight off if you can.
We will. We won't travel as hard. Thankfully, we only got a short more distance to go. And they begin packing up and getting back into their wagons and getting their horses rehitched, and begin starting to sort of head back the way that you came, down the road. You guys just jump back into your own wagon.
Nice people.
Yeah.
Wait, do we hurry up and be on our way before any more damage occurs to that cart?
Yeah, that's a good idea. You get moving.
Yeah, they get 20 feet.
Oh no!
No. You feel like you did a good enough job. They should get to
step
where
on
they're
it.
going, as long as they're smart. You hop back in your cart. At this point, it's a little past 1. And you begin your journey down towards Ivor, and you travel for a few more hours, and as the sort of light of the day wanes again, you need to find another place to rest once more.
Lynn, do you want to try that again, or?
Well, I mean, I'm up front with you still. I mean, I can help you with a perception.
All right.
So go ahead and make a survival.
Okay, I was going to say. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Do I have advantage because I'm being
Yes,
helped
you do,
by-
because your Cineric is helping you.
being helped by the inventor of the scissor lift. Okay.
Okay,
Ooh,
you know,
14,
it's not bad.
Respectable.
Okay. So with the 14, you do find like another sort of patch off to the side of the road. Still very plainy and hilly in this region, but you do manage to find sort of a place that looks like other caravans or travelers have potentially used, and you settle there for the evening, pulling out all of your gear to rest once more. You get your tent set up, and you get your fire started, and you begin another evening out in the grasslands of the Free Kingdoms. Is there anything specific you would like to do?
At this point, no, not for me.
Not for me either.
Okay.
I want to like I want to do some more like just more sword work, but I want to like specifically like keep an eye out, try like see if I notice any feathers or anything going around.
Okay, make a perception.
Okay. Perception. Here we go. Oh, don't turn that off.
15.
15.
Yeah. No, it's still that like pearl white or bone white blade with the hilt, sort of like
Okay.
the blackish hilt.
I'm just kind of just doing some more, just like sword, like play sword fighting.
Yeah. You train.
Do I see him doing this off to the side?
Yeah.
All right. I would actually go over like, do you want to target for that, or are you just looking to swing it around?
I mean, I'm just trying to get used to this. Not again, not particularly not weighted right for me, but
Fair enough. But trying to figure things out like that usually works better if you got someone to spar with. That's how I learned it.
I mean,
have
if
to
you're
swing around.
offering, I won't decline.
So I'll actually get the shield off of my back. It's just there like a damn spoiler half the time, and just get the shield on one, get Abigail on the other, and just start clang it like ding ding. Come on then.
Okay.
Kind of like spinning around, kind of like just do a couple like just like not like actually trying to hit him, but like a couple of love taps, trying to like hit him.
Okay. Well, are you actually?
Well, I'm not gonna try to strike, but I'm like not trying to like damage him or hurt him.
Okay. Go ahead and just make an attack roll.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay. All right.
So 16.
My
He just
AC just went up.
Yeah, he just bashes at your sword away from him, and it just glances off his shield.
All right.
Wait, not bad. That's pretty close. You want to try and just really put your weight behind it.
All right. I'll kind of like dual hand it and kind of
Okay.
go for a big attack.
Quinn just like Quinn does it at this point, like just leaves his shield down, and you're so like you're trying so hard to hit him so hard, he just kind of like sidesteps out of the way, and you're like,
That would have been very good if you were trying to kill the ground. I'm sure the ground is very injured.
This brings strange memories. Actually, it's kind of funny.
Really? Of what?
My sister.
Well, she used to give you shit for being rubbish with a sword.
Yeah, she means well, but she would definitely let me know when I was fucking up.
Yeah. Swing these things around, it takes practice from what I've seen. My ma, you put any weapon in her hand and hope she's not trying to use it against you, put it that way. And that's how I learned all what I know anyway. And she used to practice and get at it for hours at a time, and eventually I just started trying to pick some of it up.
That sounds like her. Would always be she's the thing she could do with this sword. Just you'd be amazed.
Possibly will be when we catch up to her then. At least that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Well, want to try and go at this again, we can. But, don't think about it too much. Just try to figure out where you're trying to put that thing. And if it's the ground, then well done. If it was me, not so much.
All right, you asked for it. I'm gonna try it one more time.
Okay. You go to swing, and again, just the shield is just too much. You're not able to sort of get past the defense at all. Though you're not trying to harm, you are trying to break guard, and you're just unable to do that.
And I was like, after you hit, just sort of push back, and she's like, "Mind your footing."
Are you backing off at this point, or are you trying again?
Try.
Okay.
One more time. Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
one more time.
All right.
There
At
you
this
go.
point,
Yeah.
you sort of steal your sort of your stance, and you stand there for a moment. And Quinn, you're trying to like anticipate, and Baltham just moves very quickly and sort of breaks the side of your card, comes over the side of you, and just taps you lightly with sort of the butt of the hilt of his blade, pushing you off guard for a second, and it would have been a clean, swift strike had he have used the blade.
Mind your guard.
Mhm.
I will play. See, told you it just takes practice and someone giving you just enough shice to make you really want to hit them.
I see that. Did you train like this with your mother?
I did, and I will say, I was much nicer than she was.
Well,
But I don't know you well enough to be truly insulting.
that's fair. And I kind of, put the sword away and kind of like, put my hand out to like do like a at ease.
Yeah. You're just putting the sword away, right? You're not recalling it or anything.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sheath the sword, and you guys sort of give a nod to one another and sort of head off to the camp to settle down. Are any of the rest of you doing anything?
Playing some melodies again.
Okay.
I'm just making a note in my journal about the odd colored aura,
Okay.
so I don't forget.
All right. Dobby, you're just going to get rest?
Yeah, Dobby's just chilling, man.
Okay. It's been interesting because Dobby's been very quiet. Usually he's screaming bloody murder at something. But he's
really
actually
quite nice.
Yeah. Been
I think rather than just kind of doing nothing, I kind of want to take note of like Baltham's fighting style and
okay.
just kind of watch how he's swinging everything.
Okay, yeah. You pay attention to him and Quinn doing their little spar session.
Just watch. One of these days, these notes he's taking, he's gonna do what Batman does to the Justice League.
Just take everyone down.
Yeah, he's coming up with plans on exactly how he would kill all of us.
Yeah, all of you. Yeah. Okay. So you guys settle down. Just give me one general perception check for the evening.
One person or just everybody?
Yeah, one person. Just give me a general perception check.
Who's gonna make it?
And
I can do it.
Me.
Okay,
I can do it.
Go ahead.
Go for it, Cedric.
I clicked on it, but it's slow.
Okay, it'll show up. Hopefully.
She says as
Maybe.
she hopes she does not regret this. Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
That's an 8.
All right. You guys.
I didn't have one ready for Cynric anyway, so.
nah.
It's a relatively quiet night. Pretty peaceful. Again, doesn't seem like much is out really to attack or break your camp or anything like that. You do your various watches, and the night wanes until the morning picks up, and you all wake, rested and ready to travel one more time.
And surrounded by owlbears.
Yeah.
You have woken to the ceiling of a cave, where
Again,
you are tied
No
up
furniture
and
this.
something is gnawing on
Giraffe's doing here.
gnawing on your leg.
Yep.
But no. But
Do I
yeah,
recognize the animal?
yeah. Feels like bear teeth. But
And an Albie
did
for
the
some
bear
reason.
tie us up then?
hey, you don't see Peregrine anywhere.
Ah,
Oh god, the betrayal.
It's an owlbear with thumbs.
Yeah. No, but you guys wake up to another relatively peaceful morning. You gather your things, and you can begin to sort of head out towards Ivor, which you believe is not too far. Maybe by the end of the day, you should be able to get there.
Oh,
You
good.
hop back in your cart, continue on your journey after you've packed away your camp and everything like that, and you head down the road one more time. You do see like another couple of carts that pass by you. They give you just a general nod as they continue on their way. You do see a couple of people just walking the road. You assume hunters or travelers themselves. They also just nod at you as they pass. And as the day continues, it is another uneventful day of travel. It goes by, and as the sun begins to set on the horizon, you see the outline of a village. As you make it closer, I'm just gonna put this on. As you make it closer, you see a few guards patrolling the outer village limits, and you can make out the large lake that the village is nestled against. It's small, and you can see a few people milling about in the street, but it's a far cry from the density of Dash. And I think that is where we'll take our break for the evening.
Cool.
Cool.
So I'm gonna.
Right.
We fixed the cart, guys. We're fantasy mechanics.
So yes, hope you guys have been enjoying. We're gonna take a quick break to refresh our drinks, to use our restrooms, and we should be back with you shortly. So, thanks for sticking with us, and don't go away. We will be back shortly. See you soon. Alright guys, we are back and ready to jump back in to the session. So, last we left off, you guys, we're getting to Ivor. And I will start the music up again. Alright, so, it is the evening. You guys are coming into the city. Or the town, and yeah, you see the few people milling about. You get past the gates. You see a couple of guards kind of like eye you for a moment, but pay you no mind. And yeah, you kind of enter in to this like sort of main street area. And yeah, you're in the town. You see a few people sort of milling about as it's getting later. You see a lot of people sort of looking like they're coming home from a day's work, heading to their various abodes, and some heading to maybe the tavern for a drink and some food.
I mean, this town small enough that the tavern is the inn, is the everything, basically?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very small, like, it's not even really a town, it's a village.
Right. Bigger than a thorp, but not a town. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, like, there's, like, one real main street that runs through this sort of little village.
Cool.
Should be easy to find one person, seems.
Well, that's possible. We can definitely take a look at them. At the one stop for everything. We want to go to the tavern anyway, I imagine, because one of us needs to supply up on booze, and the rest of us needs to get some sleep at some point. And that would be the way to do both.
Also be a good place to seek out information.
And that.
I mean, I would like to eat something that's not whatever jerky it is that was in this ration pack I purchased.
And there's that as well. This is looking like a better and better plan. You're welcome, everyone.
Okay, so you're continuing sort of down the road?
Yeah, I would just be heading cart towards the inn.
Okay, it's not hard to sort of figure out where the inn is, as you see like a few people sort of milling about and sort of heading in and out. As you sort of get to maybe a quarter ways into town, you see a place located to a small alley. It's like this tavern is adjacent to a small store. It's called Randall's Rest. The outside is a large single-story brick building with a gray shingled roof and nicely trimmed hedges. Inside, as you like pull your cart over, I guess you're taking it to the sort of the like the stall area where they have boarding for your horses and stuff.
Yes.
So you head over there. They sort of you unhitch your horses. They put your cart sort of off to the side. You gather your things, whatever you want to sort of take with you into the tavern, and they sort of like nod for you as you head off. As you move yourself around and around the hedges and into the door, you see that it contains inside a large bookshelf filled with books, and lots of shelves filled with like random sort of, well, if you look at them, random fiction. The atmosphere is rustic and quaint, and you see a few people. It's not as packed as the Gilded Gear was in Dash, or even the other tavern that you stayed at. But this there's like a few people. There's a couple of tables, a couple of people at one of them, a smattering of people at the bar, and you see at the bar, behind the bar, a human male. He is in very good shape, and as you walk in, strangely, he is shirtless. and he has a large tattoo of like some kind of like phoenix across his chest. You see his hair is chestnut colored and sort of up in like a ponytail on his head as he's like got a rag over his shoulder and kind of like cleaning out a glass.
All right.
Head up there.
Okay, you're heading over to the bar?
Yeah.
All right. He nods over to you and goes, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Hello, my good sir.
Yeah,
We are
righteous
looking.
man. It's always good to see travelers.
We are looking for a place of respite.
Oh yeah, we got that. There's a few of you, but we can totally take care of that, dude.
All right. How much would that run us?
How many rooms are you looking for?
Kind of like look back at everyone. Maybe a room for you, Peregrine, and Nora, and room for the rest of us.
I'm
So
gonna get
two-
my own room.
3 rooms then.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Okay. 3 rooms. Just for the night.
Do you think we'll be staying any longer?
I mean, you never know. I mean,
Well, why don't you pay for the night, and then if you're looking to stay another, we can talk about it in the morning or later in the day or whatever.
Sure. That sounds good.
Righteous. Okay, cool. So, 3 rooms will put you at 2 gold.
Does anyone have 2 gold to give this?
I'll,
Kind
fish,
of.
Put a gold on the counter.
I'll fish out another gold. Put it on the counter.
Sweet. Okay. He grabs the gold and he places 2 keys on the counter for you, like the bar top. He says, "Now, you're just coming in here. Are you looking to settle first and then come down for some food, some grub, some drinks?
Sure.
Or did you want something now?"
I think we can get settled first and then take care of the rest.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. I'm Randall, by the way. I mean, I'm sure you saw the sign, but, if you need anything, call me. Otherwise, have a good time.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
And he heads off to take care of some other patrons.
Expected his name to be like Crash.
I love him.
Oh my
Love
God.
Magnificent. Excellent.
Yeah, this is a delight.
Not you. Well, Dobby's gonna take his key and start heading to his room.
Okay, you grab. Oh yeah, so he put 3 keys. I think I said 2, but yeah, you take your key, and for the single room, and you head up. Down the hallway, in the back, towards where the rooms are. You find your room sort of at the end of the hall.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
So Dobby heads off to his room and closes the door behind him. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll kind of set my stuff down into our room.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
same.
head to the
Yeah.
room that you're in. You put the stuff that you brought in from the cart and anything you don't want to take with you right now. Yeah, it's in your room, safely secure once you lock it behind you.
Cool.
You guys kind of like meet back out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so, do we want to just grab a bite and then possibly see if we can find this person that our friend is having us look for? Or how...
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
saying we can't do both, right?
I mean, I feel like we should settle in first, because if we just come walking in asking questions, you're gonna look real suspicious and weird.
I'm like going over back to Randall now.
Okay.
Halfway through her saying that.
Okay, you're heading.
Okay.
And
Out
come
of
back.
curiosity, are there a lot of tieflings in this area?
Like, not that you've seen so far, but no one's looked at you with
No,
like.
I haven't gotten a weird look.
No.
Okay, good. Never mind then.
Okay. So you head over and he goes, "Oh right, man, you're back."
Randall, right?
Randall, yeah.
Baltaim, by the way.
Baltaim, sweet. What can I get for you?
Well, my friends are looking to get someone to eat.
Sure.
But otherwise, we are looking for someone. Bazaar Saloon. They make go by. You've seen or heard them before?
Bazaar.
I think they're some sort of elvish.
I can't say I know who that is.
Are there many elves in this town?
Oh yeah. And he like points, and they're actually in the bar. There's like one male elf at like the end of the bar, and there's like a woman sitting at one of the occupied tables. He goes, yeah, there's elves. We don't discriminate against elves or nothing, but just don't know what to tell you.
Thank you.
So you want something to eat, something to drink? You tell me. You guys gonna take that table over there? I can make sure it gets to you.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you? And Dobby, are you still in your room?
Yes.
Okay. What are you guys looking to have for this evening? We have goose soup with rice. It comes with a tankard of bitters, ham pie, and oxen stew with rice and a mug of perry. Obviously, we have other drinks. Those are just the specials for tonight.
So is he just up there by himself? Because I don't think anybody else said they were going up to the
I think Perry was beside him, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all
I thought the
kinda
rest of
meeting
you
back
kind
down
of
there.
like,
Okay.
yeah, I figured
Yeah.
all of you kind of walked after Baltaim started walking that way. So you're all
Yeah.
kind of like there. So he's like, what do you want? The goose soup, ham pie, stew.
I'll have the ham pie.
All right, and what would you like to drink? That's 3 silver for the ham pie.
Do you have anything in the way of wines as opposed to?
Of course, we got a house wine, red or white, or we have a rosé. It's a little bit more expensive though, if that's your taste.
Red is fine.
All right. Sweet. So the red plus the ham pie, I'll say 5 silver total.
Okay, I'll slide over the money.
All right. He takes it and he's like, I'll get that to you at your table. The rest of you?
I think I'll also have the ham pie. That doesn't sound too bad.
All right. And to drink?
Just a mug of whatever's good.
Ale?
That sounds fine.
You look like an ale man. All right. So that's 4 silver.
Okay, I will put that on the counter.
All right. He looks to the rest of you.
I'll go with the stew and do 3 ales.
Okay. Do you want the special where it comes with the mug of perry?
Sure.
All right. And then another 2 ales?
3.
3 on top. Okay. So that's 5 silver, 3 ales. You're looking at 8 silver, please.
Okay. I'll just put a gold on the table.
Thank you, my man. And you, miss?
I'll take the ham and a red wine, please.
All right. It's 5 silver.
I'll put the 5 silver on the table.
All right. I'll get the kitchen started on that, and I will get your drinks right away. You just sit tight, hang tight, have a good time, enjoy, be chill. And he walks off to start getting your drinks ready.
DM, just clarification. The name she gave us, was it Vathar?
Vathar Saloon.
Vathar?
Vathar Saloon.
Vathar.
Yeah.
Okay.
with the V.
Vethar.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I said Vathar.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting raided. Who's raiding us?
Hey.
Zeltaris. Wow. Thanks.
Wow.
Oh,
Welcome.
Ah,
wow.
Hi.
You.
Dope.
Cool.
Well-
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So, yeah, you heard that name. He was like, I don't
Didn't
know.
know. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And okay, so yeah, you guys head over to the table and sit down to wait for your drinks to be brought out. After about 2 or 3 minutes, he brings all of your drinks to the table on a tray and sets them in front of each of you. And he says, your food will be out super duper short. You just have to give the kitchen a little bit of a minute. You're kind of a big group. We don't get this many people all at once, all the time, but it'll be really good, I promise you. Thanks. And he heads off back to the bar.
I like this place. I
He-
like this place a lot more
He
than
seems
I
like a
like
nice
that.
person.
Yeah, it's much more pleasant than where we've been, I'll tell you that.
certainly a much more laid back atmosphere.
Yes, quite. Also, so, the fuck's up with Dobby?
He's kind of broody. He'll get over it.
Good enough for me.
I mean, should we check on him or should we just like leave him?
I say we leave him for now. Let him work his stuff out.
Fine with me.
Okay, I mean, if you're sure. I mean, he just, I don't know. He seemed really mad a lot lately.
Oh, he's
the past
always
couple of
bad.
days.
To be fair, we have been kind of giving him a lot of shit.
Well, he's
Oh,
To be
kind of
fair,
been
he
kind
is
of a
quite
rude
a block
butt.
of shit.
I haven't been.
Yes, but I feel like we should take the higher ground, and that's not a pun on his height.
But it could be, and I appreciate that
It could be, but it is unintentional.
Maybe I'll go talk to him. We seem to be more of an understanding than some of you, maybe.
I mean,
Right.
if you wish, I'm gonna stay here and drink, and I see there's a lake by. Maybe enjoy some spot of fishing while you seek for your information.
Well, drink till you're married, friend. I'll get up and I'll go to the room Dobby was at.
All right. So you get up and start heading towards Dobby. Dobby, at this point, what have you been doing? Because this has taken them a
Got
few
you.
minutes.
Yes. No. So immediately, as Dobby goes into his room, he's like throwing his shit down, gets like a piece of bread and some jerky, shoving that down.
Well, you don't have bread.
Oh, but I
You
do have jerky though, right?
Yeah.
Boom. I'm just shoving that jerky down real
Okay.
quick. And then we're on the second floor, right?
No, it's a single-story building.
Hey, cool. Yeah, no. Boom. I have a window, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm opening this window, and like Dobby's just cracking his neck. He's like, "It's showtime, baby!" And he's gonna go do his own investigation currently, while everyone's trying to.
Okay,
do
yeah,
their-
you're small, so getting out of that, it's not a huge
Well.
window, by any means, but
Mm-hmm.
but it's you're a small guy, so you manage to and you're pretty dexterous, so you manage to jump up, hop up, and slide yourself out of the window, and you're off on the side alley of the tavern. And you manage to sort of, at this point it's dark, so you manage to sort of sneak out to the side and kind of have you're still in the alley, but you kind of have a view of like the street while you're in the shadows. And Baltaim, you come over to the door and kind of, you're like, no response.
Dobby?
You knock again.
I'm just gonna
No
listen
response.
up. Do I hear anything in the
Make a
room?
perception check.
Okay, let's go with perception. 18.
Okay.
Nice.
It's quiet. You don't hear anything.
Is like eerily quiet for like enough where I think like that it should be some amount of noise.
I mean, if he was in there, you would think that there would be some amount of noise, yes. So it's eerily quiet, like as if either he is passed
Asleep.
out
Yeah, or just
or not in
gone.
there.
Got a coin. I'm gonna flip it.
Okay.
The coin, man.
All the people we could have left alone. I mean, we left
Yep.
the person that probably shouldn't be left alone.
We left alone needs them.
All right.
most.
What do you
Mistakes
do?
were made.
I'm going to go back to
The group?
there's like this. Does it have one entrance to this place?
Yeah, it's like one. There's the entrance that you came in from the door that opens up into the main tavern area, and then at the back of the tavern there's like another hall that leads sort of to the back
Okay.
where the rooms are.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the front area.
Okay, you head back to the front area.
And I'm going to head out the main door and just kind of like stand and see if I see anything.
Okay, you guys watch Baltaim kind of like come back through and walk to the front entrance of the tavern and kind of like go out the door for a second. Dobby, at this point, what are you doing?
I use 2 of my key points to do some ninjutsu and do pass without trace on myself,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna start stealthing.
Okay, where are you heading?
Away from here currently.
Okay,
I'm-
back towards the way you guys came in, or further sort of into the town?
Further sort of into the town.
Okay, down the like trying to stay in the shadows, but down like sort of the main drag area.
Yes.
Okay. All right, make a stealth check with your plus 10.
That's an 18.
So 18. All right. So
Chance.
Baltaim, yeah, you come out and you kind of just you look sort of to your right and then you look to your left. Go ahead and make a perception.
Open a scar.
Oh boy.
Boom.
Yeah, you don't notice anything. It's dark and you see a few sort of street lamps lit, and you see various like sort of town guard like lighting the rest of them, and then you see a few people just at the tail end of their day, sort of making their way either to their homes or finalizing the last of their shopping or business. That's it.
And do I notice that there are windows on the outside of this location?
Well, there's windows at the front of the tavern that sort of looked into the tavern, but you'd have to go around the side to see
Okay.
if there
I would do. I do like a cursory.
But you went in your room and you did see a window.
window in the
on
room,
your
so I
room.
know there are windows.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go around to where I thought his room. I just want to see if he's.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
just
walk
asleep.
you walk around and you notice the window's open. Actually, wait, Dobby, did you close it behind you?
I closed it behind me.
So the window's closed.
Okay. And I don't see. Well, I can see in the dark. With
Yeah.
that, I don't see anything in there. Okay.
You don't see anything. You can make a survival.
Survival. Okay. Well, this is 6.
Yeah, you don't it looks like people have used this alleyway. It's hard to tell
Mhm.
any kind of tracks or anything like that. It's the dirt has been too moved to be able to really know exactly what's going on. But as you do kind of walk by the window where his room would be, you look inside. You see sort of the room like oil lamp lit and just gently burning, but you don't see any signs of like struggle. You do see some of Dobby's stuff just placed in the room gently, but yeah, that's all you see.
Okay. Mr. Pons, what the hell are you up to? I'll go back into the tavern.
Okay, so you head back. You guys see Baltaim after a few minutes, come back in, and at this point, Randall has come by and brought your meals to you. And as you're coming back in, he's like setting your meal down. He's like, "Oh, Baltaim, I thought you'd left on us, man. I don't know, man. We're not a super huge place or anything like that, but don't walk out on me, man."
Oh no, I was
I
just.
swear you'll enjoy the food.
I'm quite sure that I will. I just was getting some fresh air. Thank you.
Are you a psychic?
Me?
Because I mean, I don't recall us giving names.
He gave
I
me.
said my name.
He did.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, dude, but you're big.
Maybe I had too much to drink.
Just keep drinking.
Probably. Do you want
yeah.
another ale?
Sure.
All right. Another silver, and I'll get that right up for you. He's a funny dude. And then he walks off. So you have your meals in front of you.
Strange fellow, but nice, I guess.
He's
like him.
very kind. Yes.
He's very chill.
That's what chilled. Yeah.
He is.
I
he is
enjoy
the
his
best.
presence.
The temperature of the inn have to do with that. I don't see the. I'm kidding.
And he comes back and brings you another ale, and he's like, I mean, you're like a tower, but I still gotta be careful and make sure you don't have too much. But I'm sure you're good for like another 5. It's okay.
So,
He's like, you let me know if you need anything else. All right. And he heads back off to the bar.
thank you, Randall.
Wow.
Cynric,
That one's delightful.
Cynric,
Yes.
does Dobby make a habit of just up and leaving?
Oh, so he bounced.
I assume so, yes.
He'll turn up when he needs something. I mean,
Wait, what?
we are looking for information, so I mean,
Right, I just assumed that we would be doing that together.
yeah, I don't think he waited for you.
Well, clearly not. I mean, I don't know that was the smartest idea.
Nothing he does is smart.
I'm seeing that more and more.
Well, should we just should we wait or should I head after him? I hate to think he get himself into trouble and wasn't
Well, I vote we have our food, and if he's not back, we go looking for it.
I think
Primarily
that's a fine
because
idea.
this food looks delicious, and all I've had the last 3 days is jerky.
I'm with the food and drink option.
Okay,
I think that's a fine idea.
I assure you, you won't be able to get into that much trouble in a town like this.
One would hope so. Yes.
I mean, you say that, but last time we left the two of you alone, remember what happened? No, wait, you probably don't remember what happened because you were so incredibly drunk that you tried to walk in him straight through the door frame, face first, to leave a tavern.
That was kind of funny.
It was hilarious. I'm not saying it wasn't. I laughed quite a bit seeing that little bastard get his face stove in by a support beam for a door. However, it doesn't really illustrate a trustworthy track record for being left on his own.
I'm
Well-
just more,
In his defense, he's also not processing the loss of information that he needed at this point.
I'm just considering that if he is correct and this Lex woman is fucking us over, as he says, and he is going to go find himself, as they say, shit deep in shit.
Yeah.
We didn't survive, all 6 of us. That one person finding such a creature like that would definitely consider them dead.
I see that would be a problem for him.
Yeah, I understand your concern.
Do we have any idea of where he would have gone?
Well, I have no idea anything about this town, so that was what my point was going to be. We have no idea where he went or what's in this town, and I don't think it's very smart to just blunder through town. Now, I could potentially quietly go up to the room and become something that could smell real well, frack him.
That's not a bad idea.
Or,
We could take that route.
or go to an alley, but I would like to eat before I transform.
Right.
into
Yes.
Mastiff.
Go. Yeah. Go ahead. Go on. I just was share my thoughts.
Okay, so you guys begin to dig into your food, and it is very nice. It is nice to have a warm cooked meal and a decent drink rather than travel rations for this evening. It's also nice to be in a warm, walled and roofed building. Rather than having to rough it sort of out. Though you do like camping, it is nice to have a little bit more luxury every once in a while, and not to have to do watches and get just a full night's rest without. So you guys continue to eat your meal. Dobby, where are you heading?
Got you. Cool. So what Dobby's trying to do, going deeper into the town, is one, try to look for some kind of nexus. I'm trying to get into the mindset of this individual.
Okay.
So I'm trying to look for, if they are trying to hide, maybe they have somebody in this town that's helping them. So trying to look for suspicious activity. That's one. And then also trying to look just for kind of a group of people who are, out and about.
Okay. So go ahead and make a perception
Got you.
as you start to head further down this main drag.
19.
Okay. You do notice kind of on the other side of the road an individual. It's hard to see in the darkness as I believe you don't have dark vision.
No.
That what their face is, obviously humanoid, but you can't really tell their race. But kind of stumbling along against the side of one of the buildings before darting into an alley off to the side of that building. And then down the way, they were kind of stumbling a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then just down the other way, you notice a few people that look like they're carrying a few things. They're a little bit easier to make out because they're in the light of the street. And it looks like they're carrying a few things in their arm. It looks like a woman and a man as they're heading sort of off down the way. The only other sort of people you see in the street at this point are one guard heading down the way that you're heading, and a guard heading back towards the front, the gate that you came in, kind of thing.
Got you. So this couple, they're carrying something together, or each of them is carrying
Each
something?
of them is carrying something. One's carrying a bag of something, and the other is carrying sort of a box in his arms.
Got you. Did I see where they came from, or do I just see them?
No, you just see them. They were already in the street as you were coming down the way. They're quite a bit ahead of you, maybe 80 feet or so ahead of you.
Got you.
And the man stumbling into the side alley it was maybe about 50 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards the stumbling man.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you stealthily start making your way across the street, still using the shadows. Go ahead and make another stealth check for me.
Got you. That's
All right,
26.
So it's 26. Pass without trace lasts for 10 minutes.
An hour.
An hour. Okay, good to know. Okay, so yeah, 26. So you head over to the alley, and as you sort of as you sort of get into the shadows, you don't see. It's really dark in this alley, so it's really hard to see anything. But as you start to sort of slowly and quietly make your way down the alley to see where this figure went, all you hear is the sound of water trickling and hitting the side of a building.
Got you. Okay, so he's taking a wicked piss. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Hateful.
And then he came out of this building that he's by the alley with, or did he?
You didn't see him come out of a building. He was already stumbling in the street as you were coming out of the alley into the main street, and you started seeing him as you started stealthing down the street.
Got
but
you.
I mean, given his stumble and what he's currently doing, probably drunk.
And then how far was one of the nearest guards?
The one heading up back towards the front gate that you came in is probably maybe 40 or 50 feet away down the road, and the other one is getting closer, was getting closer to that couple that you saw.
Got you.
So
Okay, cool.
Maybe 60 or 65 feet.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna start going towards that guard, actually.
Which one? The one that's
The
near
one
the
that's
couple?
near the couple, yeah.
Okay. At this point, are you stealthing anymore, or are you just walking up to him?
I'm walking up to him.
Okay. So you start walking up to him, and as you get close to him, he kind of turns and sees you, and are you making a motion to kind of flag him down?
Yeah.
Okay, so he turns and stops, and he says, "How can I help you?"
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just a little lost. Good sir. I'm looking for a friend of mine. They were supposed to meet me here, but I'm just getting a little lost here. There was something going on with the caravan I was going with, and the one of the wheels just broke. We just got here. I'm sorry, man, if I'm bothering you.
No, but who exactly are you supposed to meet?
Individual. They would have came here not too long ago. Going by the name of Saloon. Last name.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Yeah, got you.
With disadvantage.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Where's deception? Oh, there. That's 11.
He turns and looks at you and he says, "Friend, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Okay.
You've just recently come in here. You're asking after someone. But you should get your lies straight before you ask about someone, because your information is misguided. Now,
Wait. Okay.
if you have nothing else this evening, have a good night, sir."
Okay.
And he turns. Actually, at this point, he doesn't turn. He kind of watches you.
Yeah,
And
no.
he's kind of standing
I dip off and then go around a corner and then slip into the shadows real quick.
Okay, he watches you kind of and which way are you going?
Because this is down the main street, right? Or one of the.
Yeah.
Got you.
At this
There's
point, you watch as the couple who were carrying those things are over by a property at this point and are letting themselves into the property.
Got you. Okay, cool. I am going to go down the street and then just make a hard right
Okay.
I'm
So
just gonna be like looking
he,
around.
He watches you, but he's
Yeah.
not like going after you or anything like that. But he's just keeping his eye on you. And as you duck out of the alleyway, you see he's continuing on his patrol, but he's not like actively like chasing you or anything like that.
Mhm.
He's just continuing down the street. And as you duck off, you don't see him any longer. And you head into the shadows and go ahead and roll a stealth as you are
Gotcha.
trying to stay out of sight at this point.
Oh wait, that was it. Just finished 21. That would have been 31.
Yeah, so 31. So yeah, you feel quite hidden at this point.
Okay, cool.
are
I
you
start
doing?
following that guard if I can. Do I have to roll a perception just to try to find him again?
No, he passes by the alley that you're in. He kind of looks in,
Mhm.
but doesn't see you at all as you've kind of like melded with the shadows. But he, as he looks in, he doesn't like look in and like try to come in to see where you are. He just kind of takes a brief glance and continues going down the street. You continue sort of to follow him at a pace. You don't have to roll another stealth or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
You follow him to the end of sort of. It takes you about. This isn't a huge village, but from end to end, it's fairly large enough. And as you're stealthing, you have to be a little bit slower and give yourself a little bit of space. He gets to the other gate at the other end of this sort of main street within another sort of 20 minutes or so, and you see him like stop there and speak with another 2 guards that are sort of on the inside of this gate.
I can't hear them.
You can get closer.
Okay.
So you can make another stealth to try and get close enough to hear their conversation. I would say, like, originally you were trying to keep enough distance that he wouldn't sort of see you. So go ahead and make another stealth. Your Pass Without Trace is still up.
Got you. Cool. How much time? What? 20 minutes so
Yeah,
far?
you probably. Well, no. Given your first stealth, you probably have another maybe 25 minutes left.
Got you. Okay, cool. South, come on.
All right, yeah, 34. Yeah, so you move up and you get sort of in sort of a, there's like a little kind of tree brush and bush near the edge off of one of the properties, and you kind of like manage to sneak yourself behind there and hide underneath with enough distance to still be able to hear. You hear him say, "Hey, Rickard, I've done my patrol of the walk. I think we have some new arrivals in town, asking some strange questions. I don't think they're here to cause any trouble, but you never know. So just keep an eye out. Yeah, just some stories don't add up. But yeah, I'm here to relieve you. You can head back on the patrol." And the guy goes, "Yeah, sure. Any more information?" He just says, "You'll know them when you see them. This village isn't that big, right? So I didn't get their names, but yeah, just one small halfling figure. He just was asking some questions about the Thar, and I don't know what his intentions were, so let's just be cautious." And he said, "Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll keep my eye out and make sure that nothing's amiss. But, nothing really ever happens here, except the drunks pissing on the walls and stumbling around sometimes, so..." It's like, "Yeah, okay, we'll take care of Bob. He has problems, but this is not what I'm talking about." He's like, "Okay, all right, I got it." And he starts walking off to go back the other direction. As the guard that you had spoken to takes up post at this gate.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow the other guard then.
Okay. You begin to. You don't have to roll another stealth. You begin to follow the other guard as he continues back up the main street. By the time you get back to the tavern, area, like close to the tavern, is when your Pass Without Trace starts to wear off.
Got you.
And he's continuing up past that direction, back towards the gate that you came in.
Okay.
Do you continue to follow him?
No.
Oh, and at this point, you also watched as another guard was coming back towards you.
Okay. So
and what you're gathering is they have a patrol where they keep shifting off at the gate, and they keep patrolling sort of this main area of the village.
Okay.
Just from your general knowledge of seeing how the changing of the guard kind of is.
Got you. Okay, and then I'm right by the inn, right?
Yeah, you're by the tavern again. Yeah, the tavern and inn. Yeah.
Cool. So I just dip inside the tavern nonchalantly.
Okay.
Are they still sitting in there?
Yeah, I'd say they're at the tail. You guys are at the tail end of your meals. You're finishing the last of your drinks, and you watch as Dobby just walks in the front door.
Anything useful?
So yeah, I start going towards Sinric.
They're sitting at the table.
Got you. Quinn's drinking an ale, right?
Oh yeah, he's almost done at this point.
Got you. All right, cool. So the glass is empty, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Pretty much. She's got a tiny little bit left.
Got you. So yeah, I'm take a seat.
Okay. You sit beside Sinric. There's an extra seat there. Randall comes over and he goes, "Hey, little man, what can I get you to drink, dude?"
No, yeah, man. I'm good, my man. Yeah, I'm a little too drinked out. You feel me?
Okay. Food?
I ate upstairs.
There's no upstairs, though.
I mean, I ate my room.
What are you smoking? Because I want some.
Yo, you and me both, my man.
Finally got there.
All right. Well, yeah. Come talk
It's
to
a
me
side
after.
business, right?
But yeah. Okay. If you're cool, I'm cool.
Yo,
see ya.
Stay cool.
Yeah. You stay chill, dude.
Same, dude.
He walks away back to the bar.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that guy is smoking, but he's on some shit. Okay, incognito mode. I'm starting to whisper. So we're in incognito mode. Went to find some information. From what I'm saying, I don't know if you've asked anybody in here, but the guards know who we're looking for. Okay, but they're going, but they only supposedly, from what I can tell, they only know him by his alias, Vithor.
Okay.
Or their alias. Fuck if I know. Yeah. Tried to give one of the guards one of the old 1-2 Madus, you feel me? And he got quite agitated. So either they're protecting him or he's got pulled somewhere in this fucking town.
What was his alias again?
Vithor.
Okay.
Isn't that what he was going by before?
No. Go by his real name is Raza.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Rizza.
We'll be looking for Vithar Saloon.
We're looking for Vithar, okay?
Yeah.
I think these people here, what he's going at in this town is by Vithar. The guards know him or them by Vithar.
Okay. So.
Right, I'm saying, didn't we already learn that before?
No, well, we knew that they either were going by their real name
or their alias,
and
somehow that they were connected to this town. Either they disappeared or were last seen near here.
Right.
Exactly.
I was there.
Now the guards knowing who they are by their alias means two things. First off, he's hiding something. Second off, he's connected.
Okay.
He knows these people, or at least some of these people with station.
Okay, well, when you say they got agitated, did they seem like they were protecting this person?
Maybe.
Like that they felt like they needed to keep them hidden?
I tried to give the guard a story that I was coming here to meet up a friend of mine, which was Vithar. Okay, Okay? I don't know if he bought it or not, but my man's came at me with the heat. You feel me? Okay, he was hot. He called
So
me
they
out on the
didn't believe your
bullshit and told me to
lies.
get the fuck away.
Okay.
Or were you your usually
Also,
charming self?
I followed the guy until he relieved another guy in one of the watches. Guy's name was Rickard. They were having a whole conversation about well me asking about the thought and maybe a group of other people, which is us, the group of new people coming into the town. Okay, so pretty much they know of new people coming in, but they're on edge about maybe somebody's looking for the person.
Okay. Well, in that case,
So
we
maybe
should be
not
very
start
careful.
throwing. Yeah, maybe not start throwing his name around all
Well,
nonchalant.
see, that's why I was saying maybe don't just walk into town asking a bunch of questions.
I
Well,
wasn't
Because
walking in the town. I was
I
being
wasn't,
right.
incognito.
That was me. I'm
Dobby, I
confused.
wasn't talking about you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
How
thought you
about
were
me?
going.
I thought that the safe name was Vithal.
Well,
Am
that's
I
the thing. That's what now we know that in this town they are going by the name Vathar.
right? As one would probably do hiding, right?
I mean, if they're hiding their identity, then they're going to go by an alias.
Right.
Right. We know that Vithal's not their real name. Right?
Exactly.
No, but now we know the
Meaning
not
that
here.
there is a high chance that this person's not trying to get found.
Y'all, I hate to admit it, but Dobby's right. I mean, honestly, if they're going by an alias, then they clearly do not want people to know that they are here. And if the guards are protecting them, or at least suspicious of Dobby's lie, I mean, what? I mean, I don't know how good your lie was. I mean, you've told some pretty bad ones that
Right.
weren't
That's what I was saying. Were
right.
you your usual charming self? Because that, although I enjoy your company, others don't quite see your attitude as
Mm.
some of us do.
Yeah, I'm not. I know I'm not all that peachy sunshine flower shit. Okay.
Right.
Either way, a guard for a town shouldn't be acting like that unless they were on guard for something.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know how you all do this, your business. But if you were looking to hide somewhere, wouldn't the guard be the first people you'd hire to protect you?
I don't know. Maybe they don't seem dirty.
No, right. But if you say you're a concerned citizen, do you think you're in trouble? Don't you think maybe the guard would be
Well, I mean, the town guard is there to guard the people in the town. I mean,
right?
we
But
have
if a
guardians in the
noble
village, and that's
comes,
their job.
right? If a noble comes and they are a noble and they want to stay in your city, they have a little bit more clout. No, I'm not saying this man is a noble, but if you grease some palms with enough gold, you can become a high important person.
So you're thinking that this person hired the town guard
It's
to guard
possible.
them?
I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Or maybe just to alert them.
That's also true. Just nothing illegal or dirty about if people are interested in you and having a guard keep an eye out for your safety.
Well, I mean, none of us were implying that there was something illegal
No,
or dirty.
no. Right.
I think that we need to be very careful what questions we ask and
Yeah.
who we ask those questions to. Dobby just proved that point, and we are very lucky that it didn't end very, very poorly.
Quite.
But had he not asked questions, we wouldn't know anything in the first place. So thank you, Dobby. Although maybe next time let us know what's going on.
Right. I was looking for you.
Yeah, didn't Sinric tell you that I dip off?
After the fact.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
after we were looking for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's sometime new. Okay.
Just-
I don't.
Well,
If I'm
duly
in a new
noted.
place, I like skulking around. Make me feel comfortable.
Always get sometimes extra hand is a viable thing. Just saying.
You are an odd person.
Either way, we're gonna be walking on eggshells here. So I was trying to make sure that we weren't, bringing up a lot of attention here. I mean, we got Miss Horns, you got Blue Man here, you got Ginger Asshole, okay, and you got the big, 7 tall fuck here. Okay, we're not the regular band of people that usually come through. Okay, now.
All right, and we also have a loudmouth half pint. Don't
Yeah.
forget yourself in that.
Exactly. DM, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
That merchant caravan, were they on their way here? I thought, or were they
No,
on
they
their
were
way
on their way to Dash.
Got you. Okay, cool.
They were going the opposite direction from you.
Yes. Okay, cool.
They said if you ever come back to the city, you can visit them.
Yeah. Now, man, I wish that merchant caravan was coming this way. We would have had clout, at least with the training groups. We could work with that. Now we're working at Zip Bupkis.
Well,
Well, we might still have some clout. I know Avonhurst most of the times patron saint to a lot of merchants. I know of a few four ways I could maybe lubricate some good tidings or feelings towards us.
We can certainly try.
Okay. Balls on that, trying to get us that good mojo. Okay. Who else got fucking plans here?
I mean, maybe we should sort of mill about and see if we hear anything.
Okay, good. I say we split up in groups, maybe. Us as a group makes us a bigger target. Okay? As long as we don't make ourselves look like a threat, we don't seem as suspicious as possible, we can get out of this without having to do shit.
This might just be me here, but it also might just, you yourself are sort of a suspicious man yourself. You might be making a mountain out of a molehill, possibly. Maybe if we explain our intentions, maybe they'll understand where we're coming from.
Well,
We're not doing anything sinister.
Right.
Literally, we're just trying to find someone. We go find the guard and say, listen, we are being asked to try to find a friend of someone while we are going through town. Have you heard of this person? Where might they be?
Right. I always
Simple as that.
consider a direct approach is usually bears fruit.
Right. Don't everything is some sort of grand conspiracy,
okay, it's not a grand conspiracy. Okay? My man's is trying to be incognito as possible. You don't know what he's spouting off to these guards.
Right, but I'm saying this is information we had previously. She told us that he might be laying low and be incognito.
Right.
Yes, but she didn't say that guards would be.
Well, she doesn't know the situation currently.
That's kind of the point, though, isn't it?
That's why we're looking at the situation, and the direct approach is maybe a little too heavy-handed on this. Okay.
Then we don't be heavy-handed. We passively observe.
Okay, then tell
We
that
don't
to-
go around asking questions. That's all we
Okay,
have to
cool.
do.
Yeah, then tell that to Ball in Q over here. Q Ball over here, okay? Okay, they want to go to the guard and tell them what's what.
I mean, I really don't think that we should tell anyone that someone asked us to find this person
Yeah.
if they are trying to hide.
Yeah, because that seems suspicious as fuck.
I'll be the first to admit that I'm not the most practiced in this sort of game of espionage, or whatever you want to
Right.
call this.
Well, nor am I.
But it seems to me that the answer is the simplest one that presents itself to us. We don't need to ask anyone about it. We've already seen what that gets us. So let's just do as Master Dobby said and just, stick around for a while, see if we hear anything. We can stay here for a few days. We can even offer to take work around town.
So how long do you reckon we take here? Because I know this is a favor for her, but ultimately we were supposed to be getting to Avonhurst Rise.
Yes, we don't want to stay here indefinitely, but this is just a stop on our little
Right.
Nice. Understand,
mission.
stuff like this can't be rushed. I say 2 days tops.
That's what I was thinking.
If we don't hear anything in 2 days, we get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to stay in this dumb fuck town.
All right.
I mean, it
I
seems
have
like
an
a nice
idea.
enough town, but what?
Have we tried to ask the bartender about this fellow? He
I did. Yes.
seems to be
About
not in
Ames,
his right
yeah.
mind.
No, I did previously ask Randall.
Guy's probably doing shrooms right now. Fuck. Did you try to get anything? DM, are we the only patrons in here?
At this point, yeah, it's most of the regulars have filtered out for the evening. It's getting late at this point in the evening. It's probably around 11 or so.
And this
at
and this
night.
is the only tavern in here? It's the only tavern in this town?
Yes, and you do see that you've seen,
Mhm.
but you did case like the main street, and you didn't get another sense of there being another tavern. This seems to be it. And you look over and you do see Randall kind of like leaning against the bar and smoking something.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I talked to Randall. Hey, Randall, my man. How's business,
Hey,
man? How's business?
it's pretty good, man. I mean,
Got you.
We got regulars in here. We don't usually get people like you, but we get travelers every once in a while. We get merchants. We get a lot of those. So, yeah, we get people coming from the other cities in the Free Kingdom. So, yeah, business is
Good. Hey, man, go back to smoking your pipe. Thanks, man. Okay, here's the plan here. What I'm thinking about. Okay, I'm looking at Cynric. We do the base thing we do, getting info from people. Okay, and I'm looking at Quinn. I'm just like, regulars here. They gotta see something. Okay, best way to keep them talking is to get them drunk. Okay, so we're gonna be spending a certain amount of coin. Yeah, okay, just to get drinks, get people lubricated here on this front, just to get some info and get people talking. Okay, on the other front, okay, we're just making our faces known without making ourselves look suspicious. We'll say we're travelers constantly. We're travelers looking for work, okay, and we'll just go in from there. Try to ask people if they need assistance here and there, okay. We have Ginger Prince here as a spokesperson, since magically people just trust this guy, okay, and then we just go from there. We're working on this from 2 points. Who likes the idea?
I do. I also think that maybe we use that fancy little communication device that Ori has to tell Lex that we have at least a general idea that they are here, and see if she has any more information.
That was also on the list of things to do. So I'm looking at Oriana. I'm like, okay, when can we use the fucking thing again?
We haven't used it in a few days, so probably tonight if we need it.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. Okay, let's all go, back into the room, and let's do that nonchalantly. Okay.
You want to not stand out, then maybe we should not all go into one room.
I mean, we came together. It makes sense if we wanted to have a private word. It's not like that's suspicious.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a big
Okay,
deal.
all
if
of us don't
gather
have to be in the room. Okay, since the guys are all in one room. Okay, we'll just shove all the guys in there. Okay, and we'll get some words without making it look suspicious.
So is
What?
that the plan? Are we going back to the room now?
Mm,
Is that what you guys are doing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
no.
Okay, cool.
Who's going into the I think the larger room is the one with Sinric, Quinn, and Baltaim.
Well, I assume us
So
three.
who's going in there? Is everyone going in?
No, everyone shouldn't go in. I'll pop in them with them, but we should just make it look like we're all
Well,
kind of.
Ori
going.
has the communicator.
No, I have the communicator.
Oh,
right?
you have the communicator?
Yeah. she
Yeah.
does.
Pass it to
That's why
Quinn.
We could all just go in. I mean, we rented the rooms together. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we came as a group, so I don't.
Okay,
think
fuck
this
it.
is,
Okay, then we go in.
All right,
Okay,
let's
so
just go in.
everyone, as you guys are all like confused and trying to figure this out, you all end up going into the room. It's not huge, but you know, with a couple of you like standing off in the corner, sitting on the bed, kind of thing, there's enough room to have you all in there. And you close the door behind you.
Okay.
After having gotten the call, do I understand how it works?
Yeah, there's a button.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you know, I just wanted to make sure.
I think that button activates it.
Okay, so you click the button and you see the runes light up again, and you see it like flash for a few minutes before in front of you that holographic sort of
I'm a day
image.
it.
It's late. It's like
Oh.
11:30, 12 o'clock.
Gotcha.
And Lex is like,
Seems like a night owl. She seems like a night owl.
I'm like, yo.
what the fuck do you
We
want,
better hope.
losers?
Okay, yo, I got information. Do you want it?
What's your information?
Okay, cool. Yes. Your informants going by their alias, okay? And somehow they're known in this town. Maybe they've been crafting this cover for a while now, or maybe they got the guards in their pockets. But the guards are very protective of this certain individual.
Great. So you've basically given me back the information I fucking gave you in the first fucking place. You are absolutely useless.
Lex, if I may step in.
I
for you.
literally told you
I
this
did say
informant
that
has been
before.
gone for months. Here's their alias. And they're probably established in this town because, like, they've been gone for fucking months, and that's how they have an alias in this town. What the fuck? No wonder you died. No wonder you fucking died. I should have just left you there.
Miss Lex, if I may step
Don't
in for
get
a
your
moment.
underwear in a fucking
You have
butt.
about
Mr.
2
Dobby.
seconds to say something useful, or I'm leaving.
Mr. Dobby, please let me handle this. I apologize, Miss Lex. We are a little bit stuck at the moment. Dobby inquired with the guards about the
Yeah, he
person.
probably said something fucking stupid, and
Nobody was with him because he was
because he's fucking
Right.
stupid.
doesn't matter. The point being, he seemed to have approached some disagreements with the guard
Mm-hmm.
upon mentioning the name. Is there anything you know about this person that we could use?
If they're trying to craft a cover, they probably... And also, you're in a really small village. When randos come in to a really small village and start asking around about people and no one fucking knows you, it's a bit suspicious. You know, in these kinds of towns, everyone knows one another, everyone looks after one another. If Riza has made their alias here and has established themselves, they're probably just one of the town now. If they have some other deal with the god, I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But maybe they're just another resident of the town, and the god's not just gonna be like, oh yeah, sure, the house is right down that way, go, fucking kill them for all I care. No, that doesn't usually happen. So, figure it fucking out. Use your brain if you have one, or maybe it leaked out when you got left on the floor in the fucking sewer. Bye. And she clicks off.
Oh, okay.
God, I hate that bitch.
Remember
Okay.
what I said
No
previously?
rule for the communicator. Dobby does not talk to Lex.
Yeah, fuck her. I'm done. Okay.
That's
Whatever.
a good
I'm
rule.
going to bed.
I say we get some sleep, and then we make ourselves some friends in this town.
Yes.
We seem useful, we seem polite, and we listen and we learn.
Right. I don't think this is quite as sinister as we're putting on.
No, I just
I
hope we can get
potentially
through-
have an idea.
Well,
Some things that could gather a lot of people all into one location within this small village.
I don't. Well, what is it? Well, are we?
Well, and I look over at Perry. It worked for the children.
Okay, but children are different.
We could try to come up with something a little more.
I think.
I mean, we basically told the story of the druid and the direwolf. I mean,
Well,
that's
think-
different. You're not. How can I put this politely? Have those
You're
things
not good at creative.
That's not what I was
How-
going to say.
how dare you, sir? I am very creative.
I was going to say, it is not like you are some sort of important or famous person.
Maybe you could just ask to play in the inn.
DM?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I know of any famous musicians?
You would probably know of a few famous entertainers from where you're from.
I thought the point was to
That
not.
probably wouldn't help.
I mean, maybe
Well,
play.
you don't know if they're
at the-
you know them as famous because they're well known in your area. I mean, unless as far as I know, you haven't been specifically asking around at every place you've traveled about these specific people. So it's not like and it's not like there are posters up saying oh, XYZ bard or entertainer is here tonight, please come into our tavern. So you know they're famous. You're not sure if they're world renowned famous, but you know that they're very well known in your homeland and across your homeland.
I thought the point was to not be as ostentatious and seen.
I think.
I cast disguise self on myself and make me look like myself, but not a tiefling, a human.
You're a human?
Yeah.
Okay, so you look like yourself, just what color skin do you have?
Peach.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you're okay. So you're fair skinned.
Fair skin. Yeah.
You have you same hair. Well, actually, do you have what do you change your hair color to?
Brown.
Okay.
Brown, green
Brown hair,
eyes.
green eyes. Okay. Yeah, you look like a human woman.
Yeah. The idea would be that I look like somebody that I'm not, and then give a performance.
Right, but I'm saying that brings a lot of attention to.
And then I'll drop it
yourself.
because I was just
Okay.
doing that for demonstration
Yeah.
purposes.
Okay.
I think we might be overthinking this a bit.
Right.
Maybe we just get some rest, ask a few questions in the morning, and then we should be able to figure out what's going on. I mean, we have an inn with the town. We ran into merchants on the way from this town. We helped them. We can just go and tell someone, just in case there's trouble. We ran into some merchants. Their wagon broke down. We helped them get where they were going. Maybe check on them if you can. Make sure they got to where they're after. That ingratiates us at least a bit, and maybe we can ask some questions from there. I know how small town people work. I'm from small town people. They're not trying to hide something. They just don't really trust people who just came in off the road. That's it.
Well, I think we try our ideas in the morning.
Yes.
I quite
First we
agree.
rest, and then we figure it out tomorrow.
All right. So you guys break up. Dobby, you head off to your room. Peregrine and Oriana, you head to your room, and the three of you stay in the room and sort of get yourselves ready for an evening's rest. You all take comfort in a roof over your head and four walls around you as you bed down for the evening and have a restful night and wake up well rested in the morning, as the sun begins to gleam through your curtains in the window, and you have the day ahead of you.
All right.
So you get your full long rest.
Cool. So
Go
Just
ahead
go
and
downstairs
prepare whatever you're going to prepare for the day.
yeah.
Let's keep up with that. Let's think.
I'll kind of get up, go head down, or head. I guess it's
Down the
hall.
hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Stony Baloney back working again?
Yeah, you smell you smell cooked sort of meats and like eggs and things like that coming for breakfast. You do see a couple of people as you come out that are there for a breakfast, looking like maybe just before they head off to their day of work. They come in here for a nice meal. You see a couple of them having a warm drink. And it's not many, maybe like 2 or 3 people. But you come in and you kind of like settle yourself at a table. And this time, you see Randall, and he's actually wearing a sleeveless sort of top, covered, and his hair is down in the morning. It goes just about, maybe about as long as like my hair is, just down. And as he sees you come in, he heads over and he's like, my man, what can I get you for the morning? Some tea, coffee, bacon, eggs, breakfast, cheese, meats, what?
Oh, hey, some bacon and egg sounds good. So the town's by a lake, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
asking that to him, or are you asking that
No,
to me?
no, I'm to
yeah,
you.
yeah, it is by
Yeah.
a lake. Yeah, it's on the edge of a lake. It's off on
Okay.
the, sorry, I'm just trying to think of the town. It's on the western side of the town.
Okay.
Is there like a washroom in the inn or anything? Like,
Yeah, there is one.
Walk up.
It's at the very end of the hall. It is like a shared sort of space.
okay. Oriana's probably in there a little longer than,
Okay.
is normal.
Okay. So you take your time to groom yourself. He says, okay, so bacon, eggs for you. Do you want coffee, tea?
Sure. Like, we'll stay off the drink. I'll go with the coffee this morning.
All right. And you, Baltaim?
I'm good. Thank you, though.
No breakfast?
No, thank you.
By the way, Dobby, did you eat anything last night?
I ate the rations. It was
Okay.
the jerky.
All right. So he heads off and he's like, okay, for you, it's just 1 silver. That's it. And,
Okay, I'll give him a silver.
Okay, and he heads off and starts to get your breakfast ready. What are the rest of you doing? Are you coming out, Quinn?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you order anything?
Yeah, I probably would have ordered the bacon, eggs, and tea.
Okay, so 1 silver.
Yep.
Perry?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is stand by the washroom for probably way too long.
I'll see in a minute!
Ori, I just want to like wash my face.
Almost done.
You spend more time in that washroom than my entire family. All I wanted to do was wash my face and get the road dirt
Yeah,
out
at
of
this
my
point
hair.
she comes out.
Fully clothed, all like done up, everything. Yeah.
That seems really excessive. And then I just go,
Yeah, you pass by her and slam the door.
go get cleaned up,
Sorry.
like redo the braids in my hair, and,
Okay.
and reattach the feathers.
So yeah,
and
you
beads,
wash
and, then
and
come
you start
downstairs.
heading out towards the rest of the group. Dobby, what are you doing at this point?
Yeah, I'm coming out.
Okay, so you and you come out at the same time as like Oriana's just heading down the hall, and you head down after her. And Randall comes by and takes an order if you guys want to give it. Are you having anything for breakfast?
Bacon and eggs and a coffee.
Okay, so 1 silver. Dobby, are you having anything?
I look at like what everyone's ordering, and then I look at over around. I'm like, ugh,
I didn't order anything.
it's still too early for a drink. When's happy hour here, Randall?
Well, probably like just at around dusk to maybe like 8.
Cool. Then I'm good. Then right now, I'll wait till dusk.
Okay, if you're sure. All right. At this point, Perry, you finish your stuff and you come
Yeah,
out,
I get
and
out.
he says, yeah. What can I get you?
I'll have a mug of tea, and if you've got any like fruit and cheese and bread, that would be perfect.
Yeah, of course. That'll be 7 copper.
Okay, I hand it over.
Okay. And he heads back, and in a few minutes he brings out all of your meals and drinks. And he says, I hope you enjoy. Have a good day.
Hey, Randall, quick question.
Yeah.
You got a minute? Do you know a local merchant named Cord?
Cord. Oh, yeah, they passed through here just the other day.
Alright.
They pass through,
they-
like, back and forth. I think they go between the big city and a couple of the other cities around here, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what they do with business when they went around here, or they just sort of pass through on their way?
Well, they're traveling merchants, I think. Their home base, I think, might be Metren. Further south, a couple cities. But, yeah, they make their way up and down the main road and kind of bring their wares places.
Well, thank you for that.
Of course, no problem. You met them on the road? Nice people.
Yes, we ran into them having a bit of trouble with their carts, and we helped
Oh,
fix
no.
them up so they could get on the way.
Dude, that's
Oh.
awful. You helped them?
We did. Wheel was broken. We got it back in order so they could get where they were going and get proper
Sweet.
repairs.
Oh, I hope they made it. Can be kind of, I mean, it's usually pretty good, especially around this time of year, but can be kind of treacherous sometimes. And they got kids, so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they made it. Anyway, this is nice of you to help them out. Not a lot of people do that.
Well, we try and be helpful where we can. Just, you know.
Cool. Well, you let me know if you need anything else, alright?
Alright, well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And he heads back over to the bar and starts taking care of the other, like, 1 or 2 people that are in the establishment.
Alright, cool.
So our new friends, the merchants, are not local. That's
No.
unfortunate.
Well, they just came through here apparently, which is unfortunate. So, with that in mind,
I guess that plan goes to shit.
Well, we can still ingratiate ourselves a little bit. Maybe do some odd jobs or help some people out.
Well, we'll stick with the main plan then, which was when happy hour starts. Okay, I'm gonna start paying for a lot of people's drinks to get their mouths moving and shit. Okay, Quineth, probably Perry, they're gonna be going around town, you know, advertising themselves to be able to fix shit, you know, grow shit, you know. It's the regular old, you know, party members, you know, trying to help around the towns and everything because we're such good people.
you say
The
that with
rest
such
of you-
disdain.
What?
You say that with such disdain.
Yeah, no. It's pretty much just another con for most parties. But Paul, Oriana, Cynric, just keep your eyes out. You know, do what you gotta do. Keep your eyes out, ears open. I'm gonna be doing the same.
That's the plan.
Just sit here.
I'm also going to try and avail myself and my skills to the people of this town.
Right. I don't know if I can just sit in one place waiting for someone.
Well, you don't have to sit here. You can walk around the town.
All right.
Yeah.
I do hope we can try and get this sorted quickly because I am already about a week behind the person I'm looking for, and
2 days. Okay? Don't start complaining now. Okay, let's get this shit done, people.
All right.
Who exactly elected you leader?
I'm not trying to act as leader. I'm trying to make sure this goes as smoothly as possible so we can get the fuck out of here.
Yes, because everything's gone so smoothly so far.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just implement our own individual plans and see who has the most results, and hopefully somebody can be successful.
All right. So you guys finish your food and drink your warm drinks, and those of you who decide to head out into the town for the day begin getting up and gathering your things to get ready to see what you can uncover. And I think that is where we will end tonight's session.
cool.
All right.
No.
So, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We really appreciate you. Thanks for rating us.
Yeah.
We're really happy to have viewers. Obviously, we do this for ourselves to have a great time, but we hope we make it entertaining for you. We're really appreciative that you stuck around and took the time to actually watch us. It means a whole bunch, especially to like a little indie stream like us who really started out from nothing and have to figure our way through all this craziness. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please share it with other fellow D&D lovers. The best way to help us grow is to spread the word. So we'd be really appreciative of that if you liked us, of course. And please, I hope you show up again next Friday when we stream at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And feel free to check out our YouTube if you haven't seen our old sessions so that you can catch up on the story. And of course, remember, folks, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Have a great Friday, make good choices, and we hope to see you back here next week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.